Indeed, another time to talk sports here, another time to really look at what is happening in the world of sports. Tonight, later today, really close, we will be seeing the game between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and the Samba Boys of Brazil. The last time they met was in 2013. 3-0 it ended after 90 minutes of proceedings. I tell you that the Brazilians fans were all smiles with victory. But then again, it was time for the Super Eagles of Nigeria to look at critically at what indeed is happening and search. That search they have been, and after many years of doing it, tonight they confront the Samba Boys again in faraway Singapore. Welcome. Tell your friends and neighbors we are live, and we're here to look critically at what is happening out there in Singapore. But before we go over to Singapore, let's welcome those who will be doing, justice to all of this. First, I haven't changed my name. I won't. On the day I do, you will be the first to know. Chris Obukwalo is my name. A lot to talk about, a lot to truly give to you. So much. And they say the boys in Singapore are ready. Coaches, everyone have been talking about what truly should happen this afternoon. But then again, the talking will all stop, and the footworks will do the work. With us is ex-international, the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Here is Tony Wigwe, is here with us, and of course, Idris Adeshina. They're all clustered around. Guys, another time to do it.
You will be the first to know your name.
It's an exciting day. It's an exciting day to be here.
No, it is because of Nigeria is playing one of the big profile boys in the game of football. So, and this is a platform for us that helps us to be able to at least assess ourselves and know where we are before the CAF Cup coming up.
It also has to do with the ranking.
Yeah.
The better we do here, the better we go.
We will get into
things at stake for us.
We will get into that. But for now, guys, while we prepare ahead of what is happening this afternoon, let's quickly do this. Let's visit Singapore and see how beautiful that city is. We'll get to return. Stay with us. You joined us. We are really itching that moment when the Super Eagles of Nigeria will out go there to perfect what they have since started, they will say. Plenty rumors out there in Singapore. We've been told that the coach of the Super Eagles ready to ready to abandon the team and go his own way because of salaries. Something that the NFF officials and team are now used to, if you ask me. But information reaching us this morning says that was a force. It's always a force until it becomes true. Anyway, that's not what we put our heads with right now. What concerns us now is a game that has since been played, in 2003. And of course, after 16 years, they come back again to see how this could be possible. Super Eagles of Nigeria against the Samba Boys of Brazil. Coming live from our studios. Remember, we're still telling the NFF officials and NFF is body to make sure that those in diaspora have the right to watch these games live. Discussions are still on, but we'll do our part to make sure you enjoy all the razzmatazz. Tony Wigwe and of course Idris Adesina all joins me on the show to look at today's game. Guys, the die is cast. This is it, and we're all looking at how the Super Eagles perhaps could do better than the Senegal.
I feel sorry for those who are not our age. To have witnessed the beauty of Eagles, particularly the 2006 nation, the last Olympics. That wonder, because that is the yardstick now, and that is the only reason why Brazil is very angry with Nigeria take tomorrow. Even if they beat Nigeria 10 times, they still cannot take those days back. But it's going to be, unfortunately, we are a two teams that were very close before. Unfortunately, they've grown apart now in quality. Brazil has had to rebuild too, because we knew what Brazil used to be. Brazil then were not too far from Nigeria, because we are very identical in terms of style, in terms of ability to hold the ball, in terms of movement is here, in terms of the bullishness of the midfield. The only thing they have better than us is the structure of goal scoring. But when it comes to resilience, you hardly beat the Eagles of those days. But two things are on stake today. Whether you just said the rumors here, whether the man is going to go or not, although they've denied it. But if they got well up today, that may be the quickest way.
Well, first of all, not really. Let's look at let's say National. While you are here, let's look at what is the essence of this game for Nigeria. Why are they playing this game? Because we might have other, other aims for them to play this game, but they have to know the aims of playing the big body. This is grade A friendly.
Yeah, because this such games don't come easily because it takes a lot. It takes a lot. I'm telling you, it takes a lot to bring these teams to play against them. Because why? When you play this game, you use it to assess yourself. You use it to know where the coach uses it to know where his team standard is. And then also, it helps also, if we beat Brazil today, it's going to help us also in our FIFA ranking. All those things amounts to one big opportunity for us. That's why you see people wants to play, friendly matches with a lot of prudence inside it. So, and for us playing this match today now, the Eagles now will now be able to see each player, can they handle these big teams? And we're playing a team again with a different style now of play. Because these people, they will hold on, the Brazilians, they hold on to the ball a lot. We'll have to look for the ball, which is tiring. So we'll see how the Eagles will be able to cope with that. Because when we play other African countries, sometimes we do control the game because we hold on to the ball. So we are not really tested. Now it will test our resilience, it will test our ability to mark, and also it will test our ability going forward to see if we can break their defense, the attack that we have. So I think for both teams, the Brazilians will not want to lose face. The Eagles will not want to be whitewashed. So I think we are set for a very good game. Knowing fully well Nigerians and how we are resilient to the last. We will fight. I know that our boys will fight to the last just to make a name for themselves today.
Idris, let me bring you in. Apart from, the Super Eagles trying to make a name for themselves and everything, I mean, we have talked about grade A friendlies, and it's coming to Super Eagles quick and fast to even be sincere with it. Do you see the Brazilians being very bullish, knowing fully well that there have been a long run of winless Brazil, and now their fans are beginning to wonder what's happening?
You see, the one thing you don't take away from the Eagles is that if you mess with Eagles, no matter how little they are, they could disgrace you. And that's one thing nobody wants to experience with the Eagles. I've read a lot about them. They've identified some boys. But again, Nigeria has qualifiers to play. African Cup of Nations qualifiers is coming. If you don't do well in this, it affects confidence in going to the next game. Again, the coach, how many of our boys get regular games in where they play for? Yeah. So this is an opportunity for them as well to do well. But the issue of this here is that national integrity is at stake. They're just coming from the back and they just draw with the Senegal now. And the Senegal style of play is different from Eagles. Eagles are a bit technical. They have the flair. That one thing you don't take away from Nigeria is that no matter how much Brazil beats us today, Nigeria will take pleasure when they still see the flair of the Eagles. When they see that they can tell you, okay, they will beat us. But from this one, we can see that we can go forward from here. We can see positives. The coach will tell you of positives, despite that is losing. It is that positive we are looking for. We know we may get beaten by Brazil. It may be 2, maybe 3, maybe 4, we may draw, we may beat them. But we want to see the flair. We want to see a team, the combination of a team that will say, okay, we can have a team to build on now.
I think what the coaches really want to see, the coach is not looking at the Brazilians. The coach is looking at his own team, how the team will react to this game, how the players will cope with the pressure being put on them, and because the coach has to have a tactics of his own, which is, this is how I want to approach this game. So, and that is what he will want to show, he will want to see on the pitch. If our boys can be able to carry out that game now, it will be like the first half of the against Ukraine, which they carried out into the coach's tactics. You understand? So, what the coach will be looking at again now is, let me stay and watch and see how these boys will cope with this crop of players that the Brazilians are putting out, because that would give him an idea where he is in the international scene, not only in Africa but in the international scene as a whole.
The one thing I want to see, what I don't want to see today is trials. That let me try these boys and try these boys. No, we want to see is the idea of the first 11 of the coach. The idea of the first 11 is what's important today.
I think it's not going to be trials. For me, from the team that he's trying to set out, it's not going to be trials because, like you said, the dignity of the two countries is at stake. The Brazilians have played draw with the Senegalese. They will not want another draw again or a defeat
Yes, an
with an
African
African country.
If there's anybody, people have been talking about, it will be Ndidi. Ndidi have been doing so well for the team, and of course Ndidi have been doing so well for Leicester. Premiership have known who that name is, and of course he have been giving himself a really well atmosphere. Out there, we want to quickly take what Ndidi is doing. Ndidi Wilfred has been improving his career with DMU. He has been doing so much, and of course DMU have also been telling us more about our own player Ndidi Wilfred. Sanyong have been putting this together about what Ndidi have been doing for DMU. We'll get to return, and it's still Brazil against Nigeria. Stay with us.
Education is very important because it will make you understand different things, and I want to plan to actually use it to give back to the society. Hi, my name is Wilfred Ndidi. I play for Leicester City. I'm studying tourism and business management at the Montfort University because I want to try and understand so many things in tourism and business and expand myself and to actually be knowledgeable about these things. When I started coming to DMU, I started understanding things I would just take for granted, things I just overlook. So I would say it's really good for the exposure, and it's really good for the mind also to actually know things. It's been amazing. So I'm really happy because they're actually helping me out and encouraging me too. I want to plan to actually use it to give back to the society. Most of the people back home don't really have the opportunity. So I want to try to mix it up, try to do like a resort camp or something for football, and then people can actually stay there and then they can actually play football. So it's just the plan, but it's something we will think about it in the future. For me, Leicester is really cool. It's lots of friendly people, lots of amazing people, And sometimes I just try to take a walk just to see different environment and also, but it's really nice.
Very big thanks to DMU, and of course not forgetting Sanyong, who has been putting that together. Gentlemen, this is a young man who is, finding his foot, doing all that is possible, and he's one to be feared, if I have to say, in today's game. Ndidi Wilfred, giving all the best.
No, you see, he is a typical example of what a successful player is. He has not finished playing his career, but he's a typical example of what a successful player is, in the sense that after his playing career, he has also made a career for himself after the game. He's gone to become something else. He's going to become something else, which he is now trying to achieve that certificate. To which he is telling other players, look at me. If I can do it, I know that you also can do it. And which is a big example for people to follow. With him now, he is a beautiful and a very good role model for Nigerian players. And I believe that with this type of line that he is towing, a lot of other players coming behind will tow that line, because he's trying to tell them, listen guys, there's something after football. Everybody's not going to become a coach. Everybody's not going to become a football manager or everything. So there's other places. He's doing business management in the university, which is a great course. So I believe that this now has set a tone for other people to follow.
He's a lovely guy. If you follow his career path, nobody thinks it's going to be as early as we have seen him. He's not just a player, he's become an integral part of Leicester. And that is where another Nigerian is struggling.
Yeah.
He's become an integral part of Leicester. Anytime he's injured, you see the way Leicester plays. They know they are looking for a link man, a man who only controls but goes forward. He's beginning to add goals to his game now. And that's as a midfielder. He's got a reasonable height. He's got power. Now he's added intelligence to his game, which is going to be very useful So again, but again, today is going to play in a different setting. These are the people he meets once a while. It depends on the freedom. In Leicester, he has the freedom to move, to control the tempo of the game, either to increase it or to bring it down, because it's central to that game. If they give him that kind of ability or role in the Eagles, I would love to see how he holds it. Today, Tony has said something. We are not controlling the game today. We are going to chase the ball.
All right. Let's look over to the other side, and it is the Brazilian side. If there's anybody one will be looking at, it will be Neymar. Neymar, 100 caps, is almost everywhere. This is who the Brazilians will call a star boy. But then again, he needs a goal, and perhaps the Nigerian net looks appetizing to him. Guys, Neymar is one also to look forward to.
He didn't get it against Senegal, so obviously, at least to crown that momentum. You only have 7 players in Brazil team that has gone on to 100. That would tell you the capacity of players that you produce in that country. So for you to get a 100 cap in that country, you must have become one of the legends of the game.
Imagine only 7.
Yeah. So
you can see the turnover of players.
So we can name names from different kinds of players that have come and goes as Brazilian players. They didn't even get up to that. So for him to get up to that, that's a milestone, which is kudos to him. But at the same time, he would have loved everything to make sure that he crowned that day with a goal, but he didn't. So he will be looking for the next opportunity and the next victim. We are standing right against him now. So I believe that he is going to do everything possible to score today. But the pressure is on him. The pressure is on us. So, and that gives us that slight advantage because the pressure is on them to win, not us.
Unfortunately, I don't see him as the most dangerous man there. My worry is that they could use him as a claw to take us away, and more Brazilians can do damage. But Tony said, because they know he has not got a goal. You see, the good thing about them is that players, sometimes they work for themselves.
Which they will do today.
Which they will do today. They work for themselves. You've seen a player, you've seen Pepe struggling in national to go as a goal, and somebody got a penalty, say, come and take it. That tells you that they work for themselves. They will work for him today to get a goal. But if it's not coming, if they use him as decoy to pull us away, they will do that. Many players can do damage. And Firmino, of course, he's the only one that got a goal against and he's been a regular goal scorer too, even in Liverpool. But he will want to get a goal.
What did the Senegalese do right in the last game when it was 1-1? Although from my own point of view, I see that their defense was always on point because they keep keeping the Brazilians out of place, and it gave Brazilians big headache on the day.
The Brazilians are not very good with going from the wing and bring the ball inside, so they like to penetrate through. They make their inter passes, and then somebody runs from behind. Open up your defense, and there's a true ball through. So what the Senegalese did was to make sure that all the attack the Brazilians were attacking was coming from the wings. Alves was the one bombing down the wing this way, trying to get a cross in. So the Brazilians are not blessed with tall players who are very good. So they are average height but very dynamic with their feet. So they want the ball. They want to get. If you watch Firmino drops into the midfield as if he's a midfielder. He links up the midfield and the attack. So if you watch the goal that they scored, he made a run from behind the decoy run, and the pass came. He just flicked it over the goalkeeper. That was the goal the Brazilians scored. So what we are going to do today is to make sure that our center and our midfield is congested, thereby making that place crowded for them and force them to go to the wing. By so doing, we have one advantage. The players playing up front are fast. So we can now use the likes of Silva, who are playing in the defense, Alves, they are not that fast anymore. So what we will do, we will try to utilize that as an advantage, to get a counter-attack with them. But if we want to stand toe-to-toe to pass the ball to them, that would be the biggest mistake that we're going to make today.
Senegal will not pass ball. You know what Senegal will do from there. The good thing about Senegal is that they are very disciplined. Even when they play against you in African Cup of Nations, we have that discipline with them. And if the coach has identified what Tony has said, that look, Brazilians are not very good up front in terms of heading, in terms of you have to pull the ball in, and you have reasonable height from Senegal defense. All you need is a shape, a disciplined shape. And if you get that, you have a bullish man up front. Just get ball to Mane.
Yeah.
He knows Venuel very well. They are friends. He can, and because he's fast, he's powerful, he can get his way through. To pass today will be one of the biggest mistakes we want to do. They are faster than us up front. They are more technical than us. Look at the goal Venuel scored. It was a decoy. I see somebody was going somewhere. They knew because
he was running, he just pitched the ball this way, and then
and it was a goal. And once they score a goal ahead of you, I don't think Eagles have the capacity to maintain that shape again. They want to reply. Yeah, if you open up,
they open up themselves. And
you are gone. The discipline has to be there. We should know now that we cannot structure them, play our game now, because if you begin to pass, you are going to play Brazilian game. Play your own game now. Let them force. Senegal forced Brazil to play Senegal game, and by that we are able to draw that game. We need to force them today to play our game.
Let me also say that Janet Roy have also been bringing in new boys into the team. The last time they played against Ukraine, we saw new boys, and this time around also there are new boys that are coming in. And before I introduce the new boys to you guys, you guys know already, but for the viewers out there, let's quickly ask: is it really good omen to be bringing in the new boys, or are just too many cherished to be picked?
I think sometimes, to me, some of all these coaches, they want to hide under the auspices of mistakes. So they'll tell you, oh, we're just trying out some new boys and all the rest of it. This match is not a match to try for new boys. You have to play with your main team to hold the integrity of Nigeria, because if we get whitewashed by Brazil today, Nigerians will not forgive him. So he's
going to be headline worldwide, because the world media is watching this game.
So our integrity and our dignity is at stake. So we want.
But to be fair also to him, I mean, some of the boys have all pulled out. Some family reasons, some injury. What can he do?
Yeah, but you use the main core of your team. You don't.
The main core is still there. Some have pulled out, but the main core is still there. If you look at the international media coverage, they've always played these Olympics up. Always.
It's nearly time, though, guys. It's nearly time for the Super Eagles of Nigeria to take on their Brazilian counterpart. But before we go over to our commentary, guys, it will be time for us to show to you the new boys that have come into the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Take a look.
My name is Olayinka Peter, player of Slavia Prague.
My name is Viva Fosa Solomon Otava. I'm 23 years old and I play for CSKA Sofia.
My name is Ramon Aziz. I play for Granada Club Football in Spain in La Liga.
I'm from Edo State in Nigeria, and I'm very honoured to have been called up for Nigeria, and I hope there's many more times for this to happen again.
I'm a forward, and I'm very happy to be here, and I want to be here for long. I want to give my very best to Nigeria.
I'm happy to be back here with the Super Eagles, and if I have the opportunity to play on Sunday, I'm going to give out all my possible best.
We have a big game on Sunday, and I want every Nigerian to come out and support us and show us some love.
I want all the Nigerians to give us all their support on Sunday against Brazil.
Keep praying for us, keep supporting us, and we're going to make you guys proud. Thank you so much.
Sister Joy.
Alhaja.
Sister Joy, every time I see prophetess these days, her skin just dey glow like newborn baby.
Not be only you notice that, oh.
Hello, prophetess.
Hello, friend. Prophetess, today, you have to tell us the secret of this everlasting beauty, oh.
That is not a secret, oh, my sisters. Wendy Glow Cosmetic Series is my all in all. From facial scrubs to stretch mark remover. Trust Wendy Glow to have a solution for your skin. All their products are personalized to your skin conditions, and you will see a visible difference within a short time. Currently, they are giving 10% discount by mentioning Wendy HTV.
Abeg, take me there now. I no wan party again, no, until I start using Wendy Glow.
Me, I want to party. This is their details. Telephone 01634 936 728. Mobile number 07403 251 543. Website www.wendysglowcosmetics.com. Email info@wendysglowcosmetics.com. Wendy Glow Cosmetics will help you wear less makeup.
Meritabod Nigeria Limited, Emerald Garden City. Meritabod Nigeria Limited, Emerald Garden City.
Moses Dad, my wife told me that you have bought a land and complete a good-looking duplex on it. Yes, from buying the plot to the completion only takes less than 3 months. What about Omonile? Omonile like how? I didn't deal with them. I bought the land from Meritabod Nigeria Limited. Meritabod? Yes, Meritabod. Rachel Onega and Prince Jide Kosoko are the ambassador for Meritabod, and these two individuals boost my confidence and trust that make me to buy from them. And that is not all. They even help me in building our new home. I only visit this site on completion to collect our keys and exchange paperwork, which amounts to more than double savings. Usually, for people like us living abroad, you have to take time off work so many times to travel back home to do the work, or the Yahoo contractors will show you big time. Yes, I was wondering, as I always see you every week. Let me tell you, I was in Nigeria for only 4 days and everything is campaign EQS. I didn't lose money by not going to work. Meritabod is the best. What about the cost of calling them every day? They use UK number, so you will not be running up the phone bill to call them. I beg, give me their details. Telephone 020-3865-8087 or 081-734-47111. Email.
Hino Nacional do Brasil, no Estádio Nacional de Singapura, percebe-se a presença de muitos brasileiros que estão espalhados pelo mundo, e muitos aqui a assistirem ao vivo a esta partida do Brasil diante da Nigéria. Vamos para o hino nacional nigeriano. Hino nacional da Nigéria, e depois das cerimónias protocolares vamos conhecer os 11 escolhidos pelos selecionadores Tite e Gernot Rohr, selecionador da Nigéria. Aqui os atletas na habitual.
This is the time we have all been calling for, and the way it looks, I tell the boys are ready, and they are ready for battle.
Neymar no 11, ele que cumpriu diante do Senegal o jogo número 100 com a camisola da Canarinha.
Yes, look at that. They've gone for experience. Yes. So don't for those who have suffered damages against Nigeria and the anger. It's a full team, and look at this. This is big. Jesus, no, come on,
guys, you guys are already. You already made
no. The only good thing I like here is that we are not wearing this green. This bad color that always gives us bad luck.
Vamos para o 11 do Brasil com Ederson, Daniel Alves,
Everton, Lodi, Alves, they're all there.
So you see that they are
the first team is a full
Gabriel Jesus, Neymar e Roberto Firmino. O 11 escolhido por Tite, o selecionador brasileiro, 58 anos de idade. Adenor Leonardo Bashi.
And the Super Eagles, this is the cutleries, and you know, they are doing the final preparations. Call it, what we call, the match days. But before that, can we see the lineup of the Super Eagles yes, that's what it is. This is what the Super Eagles, will be going out with. Iwobi, West Ham, No, they're all there. They're all there. So truly, Samuel Chukwueze, who I should believe should make nonsense of the of the goalkeeper today. Indeed, Wilfred, the one we have talked about. They're all there to represent. We wish them the very best of luck. Your last word before we hand over.
No Estádio Nacional de
Singapura.
Aqui a informação relativa.
Good. And so that is it, guys. We will be trooping off and of course hitting Singapore in our own way. Unfortunately, rights to the game won't allow us to do all much. But then again, remember, we'll be back here in the second half to talk about what we have seen. For now, this is the Super Eagles of Nigeria and their Zambian and their Brazil counterpart. Enjoy it.
Fu Xuan Ui, o árbitro da partida. Prestes a apitar para o início do jogo, Francis Ozo, guarda-redes nigeriano, um jovem de apenas 20 anos, que atua no Omonia do Chipre, por empréstimo dos espanhóis do Deportivo da Corunha. E cá está, aqui em primeiro plano, esta informação está errada, este é o selecionador da Nigéria, Gernot Rohr, um alemão de 66 anos, um germânico que nunca treinou no seu país, já esteve em vários clubes e em 4 seleções. Foi selecionador do Gabão, do Níger, do Burkina Faso e agora da Nigéria. Apita Fu Xuan Ui, começa o jogo no Estádio Nacional de Singapura. Aí está a equipa brasileira com o seu equipamento tradicional e capitaneada pelo veterano Dani Alves.
Olhando aqui a equipa do Brasil, neste momento não me parece haver grandes alterações àquilo que nós preconizámos. Portanto, vemos muito bem Arthur ao lado de Casemiro e, portanto, a libertar Neymar, que aparece agora na imagem como número 10, e deixa, portanto, nos corredores para Everton, Cebolinha e para Gabriel Jesus. Na frente, Firmino. Também sabemos que Firmino é muito móvel e sai muitas vezes das zonas de finalização, mas eu creio que este preconizar de Neymar a número 10 vai trazer muito ao jogo, porque vai libertá-lo daquilo que já acontecia, que são das tarefas mais defensivas, mas por outro lado vai fazer com que Neymar possa fazer precisamente isto, vir mais atrás buscar o jogo.
E aí está a equipa brasileira, com Everton, Cebolinha a abrir para Gabriel Jesus. Tentou o cruzamento, o remate, mas a bola bateu em Collins e há lançamento para o Screte e para Dani Alves. Cá está Gabriel Jesus, um dos jogadores do Manchester City no 11 brasileiro. O outro é o guarda-redes Ederson. Renan. Excelente passe. Renan Lodi. O Brasil começa o jogo a carregar em cima da Nigéria.
Sim, é verdade. E relativamente à Nigéria, havia aqui a dúvida, falávamos antes do jogo, havia aqui a dúvida que poderia eventualmente jogar com 3 centrais, tendo em conta que há Ndidi, jogador do Leicester, que está a jogar no meio campo, mas poderia eventualmente jogar no meio da Ajayi e de Ekong, e portanto libertar Collins e Shidozi, o tal jogador que já referiste, que está no Leganés, emprestado pelo Futebol do Porto, e portanto poderia eventualmente defender assim, atacar na linha de 3-5-2 e defender na linha de 5. Neste momento aquilo que vemos é de facto um 4-4-2.
Com Shidozi a jogar a lateral direito.
Exatamente.
O jogador do Porto. Atenção ao Brasil. Vai sair remate de Firmino ao lado da baliza de Ozo. Fica aqui um primeiro aviso da equipa do Brasil, que começa o jogo a todo o gás em Singapura.
Sim, o Firmino não precisa de muitas para fazer gol.
Rodou e disparou de pé esquerdo. Para já só deu o Brasil nestes primeiros 2 minutos. Pontapé de baliza para o jovem guardião do Omonia. Perante o olhar de Tite, com o Brasil ainda à procura da primeira vitória após Copa América. 3 jogos sem vitórias e começam a chover logo algumas críticas no Brasil. Aí está de novo a equipa sul-americana. Aqui com Gabriel Jesus a conseguir ganhar um pontapé de canto.
Sim, aqui na lateral direita é a mais perigosa do Brasil, porque nós, por exemplo, no último jogo frente ao Senegal vimos que Alexandre não subiu tanto e acabava por libertar um pouco mais Dani Alves para funções mais ofensivas.
Atenção ao canto, batido o corte de Troost-Ekong. Ainda vai insistir Everton. Abertura de Dani Alves, que fica a meio do caminho. Intercepta Ayobi. E agora a resposta da equipa do nigeriana com o jogador do Everton, Ayobi, a colocar em Simon. E lançamento para a Nigéria.
Sim, muito bem, Arthur. Uma das coisas que foram mais visíveis relativamente ao último jogo frente ao Senegal é que o Brasil aqui e ali não teve tanta intensidade naquilo que era o momento da pressão mais elevada, porque ataca com muita gente e, portanto, também tem que conseguir fazer esta pressão um pouco mais alta para recuperar a bola também mais em cima. Caso contrário, sair no primeiro momento de pressão acaba por criar muitas dificuldades. O Senegal teve, aliás, algumas e várias oportunidades, inclusive aquela que acabou por dar gol por Mané, fez Marquinhos o penalti.
Trustekong, capitão e uma das figuras das Super Águias.
Oh my goodness!
Já para Simon. Simon joga descaído à esquerda, o jogador do Nantes. Deixa em Ayobi. Cruza Ayobi. Atenção a Vitor Osimhen. Vai para o remate. Grande defesa de Ederson. Grande defesa de Ederson. Rodou Vitor Osimhen.
Yes, indeed, that's going to be a replay of the beautiful opportunity for Nigeria to have recorded an early goal. Oh my God, that's what we are saying. You need your boys up front, because if you have the full front up there now, that will have been an opportunity to pull the ball in the net. But it is now the ball is back with the Brazilians now, and they're doing what they know how to do best. I am just worried that I don't want us to play the way Brazilians are playing. We are being forced to play Brazilian style now. I want Eagles to get the ball, and it's always the way Senegal move, and they want to move en masse. They want to show a purpose without disturbing the discipline of the defense and the midfield.
The ball is still being held in my midfield, and pass to teammates in Brazil. Now back to Nigeria. Brazil now taking on to the ball in the center part of the field now, and it seems.
Will you want to see more pressing from the Super Eagles
at this stage? To start, at this age, kind of style or the tactics to be displayed on this match. But at the end of the set, we are seeing more of Nigeria playing on defensive line, and almost like half part of the field is being held down by Brazilian team.
Yeah, of course, that's what you want to expect in these terms of grade A. That's exactly what you want to expect from this player. If you try to press yourself too much, you are more likely to get tired easily. But as you have expected, the Brazilians are doing the playing, they are doing the ball, they are holding the ball, they are passing the ball. But again, they are just doing the passing in their own half. And that's exactly what we want to do, what we want to see with Nigeria. The defense line is very tight. The ability to run behind the goalkeeper is not there, and they are making everything tight for the Brazilians. That's a beautiful one, but the passes have to be accurate now. The few opportunities you have, you must be able to utilize it. Losing the control immediately to Brazil is not a good omen, but we will see the way now is the Brazilians are doing the game, passing from one end to the other, looking for that opportunity which they have not got. I can tell you now that from the first 5 minutes of this game, Nigerians, the Super Eagles had had a better chance than the Brazil. The lineup is disciplined enough. Playing from the back may be really dangerous for this very fast Brazilians.
Well, yeah, it's been ongoing now. It's only 8 minutes into the game now, and there was a call now. And let's quickly get our viewers at home who are watching this, and we are actually here watching it, though we are unable to see the main features. But we are live from Heritage Studio. My name is Lashley Oladigbolu. I'm with my co-host here,
Idris Additional.
We're giving you, in details as you go. So you are listening to it, so you can figure out in details how the match is ongoing. So right now it's still 0 Nigeria 0 Brazil 0. Remember, this will be since 2003 when Nigeria had a encounter with Brazil. This will be another fierce encounter in which Nigeria have to make a mark against Brazil. Brazil lost to Nigeria, that doesn't actually case.
No, but Nigeria lost.
We lost to them. We lost to them
3-0 in Abuja. But the good thing here is that it's on a neutral ground. Now, it's not in Brazil, it's not in Nigeria, it's far away in Singapore, and where football is almost become a religion. And you can see how the capacity of the stadium, despite the fact that the Singapore national team is not playing, they've come to enjoy the ball. My observation in the first 6-7 minutes of this game is that the pressure has gone back to the coach. Brazilians have done what we expect them to do. They've carried the ball, they are controlling the midfield, but the line at the back is very tight for them. The ability to run behind the back has been denied by the Super Eagles. The Super Eagles have had a better chance in this opening first 10 minutes. They have tested the goalkeeper not once but twice. But what I want to see more again, that may have to do with tactics, is the follow-up. When you do that, now the game is going now.
Now let's keep viewers more attention to know what's actually going on in the game of play now. It's on the line, the box 18 of Nigeria, and Iwobi is being brought down there, and possibly there will be a free kick to be taken. Not against Nigeria, but against Nigeria's going to take the free kick.
I suspect that the way they want to do is to get into the 18 and force their way in, so probably they could get a penalty. But the referee said, no, it's not a penalty, it's an infringement on the Nigerian defender there. And the quick free kick is being quickly taken. What we just see is the replay of that. Yes, now the ball is out, and let's see what more we can do. Here goes Brazilians again. This is.
It's a good attempt now, Brazil in the box 18 against Nigeria now, and forcing the ball forward into the box 18, just to see the other way. It's been cleared, and the ball is going to
pass. Back again. Yeah, that would be a free kick. Like you can see, the man we just spoken about there, indeed afraid of Leicester, who has policed the ball. He's made the ball his own. Then what's going on here? Is that going to be a substitution from Brazil? And the man on his way out, Neymar, let's wait and see. It looks like he would have picked an injury there. I want to see. It's close. Let's wait and see. Say, okay, I think it's a throw now to Brazil. And yes, let's hope it is not what we are thinking. I think Neymar is on his way out.
Yeah, Neymar is on his way out. Still here, it's only 11 minutes into the match. And it's been replaced by the number 11 jersey for Brazil. And it's going to
that's going to be a shame. That's going to be a shame because the word I've spoken about is 100 cap. He's unable to make it against Senegal. Now
it's Coutinho now coming in for Neymar.
Precisamente o jogador que eu estava a falar, que fazia de número 10 e que fez frente ao
So Coutinho now coming in for Neymar, and the kick has been taken now. On the right flank is, it's passed now. Brazilians seem to be forcing their way forward now into the box 8, near the box 18 now. Nigeria is playing the defensive line here, and then, an intersection being, and the boys run out of play.
I want to believe the changes will have brought a bit of tweak in the pattern Brazil is going to play now. I think they're going to go more direct now. You have Felipe in the field now, and it's going to be a more direct game now, and that's why the Super Eagles will need to be careful.
Yeah, that's the case. I guess that's going to be happening now. It seems that they're changing tactics now. But I haven't changed the name as Coutinho. I've not changed anyway the formation really. But the boys seem like taking like a attacker or Brazil forward. So more passes being taken by Brazil, and Nigeria now taking the ball now in the midfield. There's one on the ball on the left flank here, and then passing the ball back to the defender.
What I want to see from them is that we've seen that Brazil are more eager. They are looking for the first goal. They want to have an early goal. I want to see that when Nigeria has the ball, they a little bit calm them down before their movement. Okay, let's wait and see the ball. Nigeria has the ball now. No.
the name of the referee, Diego Preparazio. Preparazio is Argentinian man, officiating this match.
Yeah, he's still in South America. He's still in South America. But let's wait and see. At least for now, there's no. The ball is still. The game is still 0-0, and that's about 16 minutes now, and that will begin to see a more aggression from the Brazilian now. That especially they are controlling the game. The Eagles are also doing what we expect them to do. The line, the defensive line is hard for Brazilians to play through. Are you curious that we've not seen Brazil go through the wings this time around?
Well, we've got to give credit to the wing here. We've got to work on a number of occasions here, having with the attacking. And indeed, you can see play more forward in this match and taking just central midfield as position as well and more forward.
Cá está Neymar, não deu mais para o jogador do Paris Saint-Germain, queixas na coxa esquerda, substituído por Tite, entrou para o seu lugar Coutinho.
Yeah, the Brazilians still have the ball. Expectedly, they are controlling the tempo. Eagles are doing what we expect them to do, trying to make it difficult for them. We want to see how much the changes from Brazil will affect the lineup. How much changes affect the lineup? The pressures are coming thick and thick every time. Let's wait and see how much the residents of the Super Eagles will be tested today. Yes, a throwing to the Super Eagles now, and how off goes the throwing. Now let's wait and see. I think the system now, no, that's not very good enough. I am worried that we'll keep losing the ball every time we have it. And that will be, you could see even the pressure on Roy, Super Eagles national team handler here. The more you lose the ball, the more opportunity you give to Brazil, and the more damage that will be to the Super Eagles.
Right, yeah. Lots of engagement there, but there's no other yellow card issue yet by the officials. Well, on the box now, Nigeria were able to defend that ball from getting a goal from Brazil, because Brazil are pressing forward on the left side now, and that seemed to be not in the box 18 now. Passes back. That's a long shot there, but it's been defended. Nigeria now getting the ball out of danger.
I think earlier we spoke about the inability of Brazil to go through the wings. They always want to come through inner. Each time we saw them in the wings, they always find their way back so that they could go through. And I think that's where the Eagles are doing well. They realize that and they've choked that method. But we still want to see more purpose when they have the ball. What are their ability to do? There seems to be no contact person to me up front from this game yet. When they have the ball, that's where probably they quickly lose it easily. And that's a goal kick to Nigeria again, and it's quickly taken. And let's see what we are able to do with the ball now when that's a repeat of the goal attempt by the Brazil, but it's come to nothing. The pressure is more on the Eagles now.
Well, that's but you can see that the Nigerian side are actually pushing themselves in a way not to get pressure by the Brazil attacking.
This is an opportunity for us. It's a real opportunity to go forward. Nigeria is almost there now. Let's see what we are able to do. And that's that's come to nothing. It's come to nothing. And it's back. Now, I once made mention of the changes to a Brazilian team when Neymar is off. That would be a more direct attempt now. Now Nigeria goes again. Let's see what at least there's a calm in the defense now. The bosses. And Nigerians I see they are trying to go through the wings. Let's see what we're able to do. That's another attempt. That's a good. Oh my goodness. That would have been an own goal for Brazil, and that would have been too damaging for them. Yeah, let's see. What I've not been able to see is a purpose up front, a target man from Nigeria. they've had the ball.
Well, you can tell that in the last 80 minutes, more pressure has been launched by the Brazilian team, and Nigeria now I will just say the first shot at goal now just happening now at the 18 minutes, and that's been safely saved away and pushed over the bar, and it's going to be up corner kick to be awarded. First corner kick taken now by Nigeria. Yeah, we are still live at Heritage TV as we are giving it to you live audio commentary, and you can see from the screen we are giving to you. I have with me Idris Adesina here, and myself Lashley Oladigbolu, and with the host of the team at the Heritage TV UK, giving you the live audio commentary about the international friendly between Nigeria and Brazil. Now it's 0-0, Nigeria 0.
Let's look at the attendance. How impressed are you with the attendance?
Well, it's just been, we can see it's just a friendly match, and actually this is a part of the Brazil Global Tour, and that it's not fully like it's full to the brim, but this is a match that a lot of people actually attended. I think on the stadium we can see.
Let's have a shot and go. Oh my God, it's been blocked by the Brazilians again. Here the goal again. The Eagles are opened up here. Let's see what we're able to do. Yes, that's a lovely recovery from Nigeria's defender. Nigeria's taking the ball again. I think the game is becoming even the way it is now.
Yeah,
Nigerians are really stifling the ability of Brazil to take the final pass in the ability. Nigerians are. Oh my goodness, that's another attempt lost by Nigeria. Yeah, the Brazilians are back. And how have you seen the game so far?
Well, it's been going on well for Nigeria now. Coming back now at the 20 minutes now, getting more of the ball. Getting the ball in the front of attacking. Now getting to the box 18 of Brazil right now. And now you can see indeed there. Pressing the ball now. Oh, Osimhen here now holding to the ball on the line on the Brazilian box 18 right now. And Eagles still holding the ball on the left flank. A long shot now into the box. Ball is being headed away. And Nigeria is still getting onto the ball now. Give me another attempt. Brazil are now defending the ball and starting the ball back to the midfield central area. And Nigeria is still getting the ball, passing the ball down to the left flank here. And Nigeria holding the ball. Get the ball up front there to Osimhen. Osimhen now get the ball back to the hole. No, that's it will be there. Back to Ndidi. And now the ball seems to have lost now. Nigeria seems to lose control of the possession right there. They're trying to make some tactics towards attacking and make any headway into the goal area of the Brazilian side.
The Brazilian coach is up again now.
Yeah.
He's been sitting down all along, but I think he's beginning to feel that what again is going to happen to me now. Eagles seems to have settled nicely here, and they are very much, at least in these early stages of this match, they are very much at ease with it. They seem to weather the initial pressure, and they have taken the game to Brazil now. Now let's wait and see. The Brazilians have the ball. The Brazilians have the ball now, and let's wait and see what they're going to do with it. Then they're trying to slow the game down. The initial aggression had come down.
Yeah, when you see a counter, when you see the other side now getting more out now, I think Nigeria seems to have changed the tactics now by coming out more in the out against Brazil, and now stands out even now.
The ability to recover the ball has been very excellent so far here. Let's go. It's going to go solo. Let's see what it's able to do. Nigeria is back in the 18-yard of Brazil. How many are they there, and what can they do from one end to the other? And that is a lovely one. The ability to hold the ball will be tested here. Ability to find the space will be. But I want to see more of a solo action for able to be able to do, because by the time you begin to make too much passes here, Brazilians are quick at recovering that.
Yeah, it's interjecting the ball from the Nigerian side, but this seems to be holding the ball very well now, and still in the midfield. Nigeria now Brazil now trying to make a very good run in now against Nigerian side now reaching the ball 26 yards away from the Nigerian goal. A shot taken there, but it's been headed away by Zoho, who is the Nigerian defender, and he's been taken by Ekong. Now the ball is now taken already back onto the field, The keeper throwing the ball back to Nigerian side. Now Nigeria holding the ball in the midfield. Sending the ball right to the right flank now. Moving forward closely into the box 18. Now just good pass to Osimhen, but he actually lost that. It was very close to go. And that it will have been a great opportunity. Osimhen now try, give a quick handshake with the Brazilians, who was able to get the ball out of, from the danger line.
I spoke initially of Nigerians just sitting back and allow Brazil to do. I once said I wanted to see more of purpose attack from the Eagles here, and you think that is already happening. The game is almost even now. It's almost 50-50. We are reaching Live Heritage from London at the studios of Heritage, and this is the game between Brazil, the much awaited game between Brazil and Nigerian Super Eagles in Singapore. So far, 24 minutes of the game is still Brazil 0, Nigeria 0. It's been 50-50 so far. I can tell you that from the angle here. The Super Eagles are holding their line, and Brazilians are not finding it very, very easy at all. Initially, it was a setback, but Nigeria is giving them a run for their money now. And Brazil will do what they know how to do best, hold the ball. But one very impressive aspect of this game is that Nigerians have been able to block the wings, where the Brazilians can do the damage.
Yep. And that's been happening right now, and you can see it right there. The ball is involved, Brazil taking the ball in the midfield, in the central part of the field now to the right side. It seemed to be a standstill because the Brazilians were trying to make some, a kind of a tactics to be able to break through the Nigeria defense, but unable to, and send the ball back into the midfield, into the central line. And now the ball still being held by Brazilian team.
I think Nigeria is forcing them to return to tippy-tappy football now, which will go in our favor. Since Neymar is off, we thought they were going to go more direct, but the Nigerians have been able to block. This is why Eagles have been able to block the loopholes. What is available, what is going to hold the game now is the spaces left within the attack now, because Brazil want to utilize every little space they have there to be able to go. The ball is still within the controlling the game nicely now as back in the first early of the game, but the Eagles are still holding their line. And yes, it's been dispossessed nicely, and Nigeria on the move now. Oh no, it's lost.
That's been crossed by the Brazilian team, and the referee didn't see any infringement there, and the ball still continued. Brazilian team will do the ball in the central field, and that is Nigeria now seem to take the position now, and the Brazil taking the ball on the left side now. A gentle pass to Zoho, the Nigerian keeper, and he immediately sent the ball back into the midfield, and Brazil still getting onto the ball.
How tiring is going to be for you now? For you think it's going to be for the Nigerians to keep chasing the ball?
Yeah, it seems like Nigeria will do more of defensive this time to be able to counter the offensive line of Brazil.
The ball is in the court of the Brazilians now. They are trying to look for a loophole. They are trying to capitalize on every little mistake by Nigeria.
That would nearly be a goal, would nearly be a goal against, but Zoho was able to press the ball out, and that will be a corner kick to Brazil. And that's happening now on the 28th minute. Is a lovely ball, and in the box already we have the Brazilian who just able to get the ball. That shot from Firmino almost and be assisted by the Brazilian striker there. But the ball's now been taken, the corner been taken. Nigeria was able to avert the catastrophe there, and they are now, the ball is now being controlled in the midfield by the Brazilian side.
From what I'm able to see there, I think Brazilians are beginning to realize that the channels are blocked. And now, once they get to outside 18, they want to try their luck, hoping to see that Nigeria will have been focused more on the ball. But that shot was unexpected from nowhere, and gracefully the goalkeeper was able to avert the controversy. Now the Brazilians are back in the normal thing they know do, passing the ball nicely in the midfield and still looking for an avenue to hurt the Eagles. So far,
that should be offside position being taken by the Brazilian side. He got the ball right there from the midfield, and officials, linesman was able to spot that, and that's an offside position. Now the ball still now. Now we're seeing the replay of that offside position that will nearly cut Nigeria off, but the linesman was able to spot that, and that is obvious offside.
It was right in front of him there.
Yeah.
It's going to be the Jesus is terribly disturbed now. He wants to have a go, but Nigeria is back now, and let's see what we're able to do with the ball. Now, yes, Nigeria is in control of the ball now, but nicely we've lost it again to Brazil.
This looks like a danger now. Brazil now pressing forward high now. Now Jesus get the ball back to Coutinho. Now back to that would be this saved by Zoho. That is a very good save by him. He must be very alert to the danger. The Brazilian side are pressing forward. Coutinho was, the last kick he shot there was being saved by Zoho. And now that's it. You can see that more of Nigerians seem to be wide open. I mean, very aware of the dimensions that the Brazilian can take in terms of launching a goal against Nigeria. And this has been, met with very good defense work here.
Yeah, we need to be very careful of our ability to be drawn out of the game now when Brazil has the ball in the midfield. What they are able to do there was to draw Nigeria out and see from there an unexpected. That's the second attempt on goal in the next just 2 minutes, and in the initial 10-15 minutes, they never had an attempt on goal, and that tells you that okay, now the boys are having it's a friendly now, it's a kind of break now to take some rest, 1 or 2 minutes to be able to...
Yeah, half an hour into the match and being friendly as it is, so there's a little break here, and that's why this is going on. The members of the Nigerian Super Eagles are having to take some drinks now, from the line as well, and the same as the Brazilian side. Have to take a timeout here to have some, relaxation. Remember, this is a friendly match and it's part of the Brazil Global Tour. And Brazil 0, Nigeria 0 is half an hour into the match already. And let's see how it is. We can see Neymar, on the bench. He's unable to, because there was an attempt by him earlier in the match to make a headway into the match by launching a shot that was being, was out of play. And seeing from what I've seen so far in the last half an hour, Nigeria makes the attempt. Osimhen was almost, launching but was being saved by keeper, and that goes off into the back of the yard. Also, we actually, while this timeout's going on, we've got like a host of we know a lot of
a key moment of the first 30 minutes of the game now. Is what we are watching as you are just joining us. This is Heritage TV live in London, and the match is between Brazil and Nigeria in faraway Singapore. That's a short 5 minutes break, and I think they are getting back into the
actually just about 2 minutes now, and they're getting back into the match.
How do you see this just few minutes for the touches between the goal, because the coaches have been allowed to speak to the boss to go to make some impression.
This is just for the players who be attuned to what kind of tactics they should use if there's a flaw in their manner of play. So the coach was able to tell them, we have seen them, to tell them that you have to man certain area very well. And we expect that the other half of this first half, the next 15 minutes, should also be more volatile now. Now the ball started right now. It's 33 minutes now. And that Brazil now holding onto the ball in the central midfield, and passes being taken among the Brazilian side.
And the normal thing they do is to pass the ball nicely and see how they can draw the Eagles out. This will not determine our ability.
Flank there. Now a shot now to be taken by Brazilian side. Now getting to the Nigerian box 18, but unable, repelled by Nigerian side. And now the ball still on to the Brazilian side, opening on the ball, pressing far forward now. Look at long shot as goal, but that has been safely taken by Uzoho, Nigerian's keeper, and that is, you know, Thiago, see if I
is captain.
Frustrated.
It's a frustrating thing for them. They think they've done what they ought to do, but the Eagles is back. The Eagles are back in control of the game now, and they are trying to see the movement, the passes. My worry again is we are being forced to play the Brazilian way now, which may be very, very difficult for us to make penetration. We want to see, because the more we pass the ball, the more comfortable Brazil become. Now they lost the ball again, and Nigerian the Super Eagles are back in control again. And let's see, that's a long ball and let's see what we're able to do from the wings now. Nigeria is on the attack now. That's a long ball in. Who is there? Oh my God, we're still having the ball.
Indeed, now they're not to the ball. Forget the goal. Should you pass the direct shot?
It's a goal!
And that comes on as we are launching the first goal. Nigeria scored the first goal now. 35 minutes into the match. And this is a very good outing for Nigeria to be able to establish the first goal against Brazil at this international friendly, scored by Nigeria jersey number 10. Number 10, yeah, I can see by. They hold it counter-attack against the Brazilian side, and that ball, in the box 18, occasioned by.
Let's see the replay. It was a beautiful, and here is from wing to wing coming in, and it was a wonderful shot. That's the lovely ball there. We are able to, that's a beautiful one. That's a beautiful one. Who is the goal scorer now? We're trying to get his name to you, but as we are watching us now, Nigeria is 1 goal up against Brazil in this international friendly in Singapore. It was a wonderful one. The next 4 or 5 touches, they were already in. It was a long ball up to the wings, and Nigeria the Super Eagles were able to do the best. Now let's see how they react. It's Joel Apple. It has 35 minutes. It's Joe who scored the goal, number 10.
Of course, Joe Harbaugh, Joe has been part of the Eagles and one of the promising stars of the Eagles now, and that is a very good plus for him to have launched his first goal, I guess, for the Nigerians.
Here goes again Brazil, and the Nigerians, his Eagles have thwarted that attempt, and now here we go again, another attempt from the same position where we got the first ball, and that's a lovely one, Nigeria
onto the box 18 of the Brazil side now. Now the ball's been kicked out by the Brazilian side, but Nigeria still getting the ball back now. Holding the ball now, doing another attempt now to go against Brazil. That's a lovely shot, but it's been safely taken by the Brazilian keeper.
And it's coming from Ndidi. We've spoken of his ability to also add forward movement to his game, which is done very well. The ball is back. Brazilians are back. They are looking more angry now. That's a word like that. They just lost, and here they go again. I think they've resorted now to more direct attempt to try and recover this deficit before the first half, which is about some 8 minutes away now. And this is going to be a very dangerous moment for the Super Eagles to score and be able to concede a goal. Will give a boost to the Super Eagles. But now it's 1-0 up for the Super Eagles of Nigeria against the Samba Boys of Brazil in Singapore. Nigeria is back holding the ball now, and but there's more pressure now from Brazil, as you expect. It's been dispossessed of, and they are away now to in the 18. Let's see what they're going to do. No, the ball is gone. The pressure is off, and Nigerians are able to safely force the ball out. Visibly depressed Brazilians now are doing everything possible, trying to force their way into the 18 to see if there's going to be a consolation goal for them before the halftime.
Yeah, it's been very hectic now. Brazil side trying to get an equalizer, forcing their way forward into the Nigerian side. But that is not going to happen now, as the Eagles are, keep to stand on their feet. to be able to repel any offensive from the Brazilian side. Now the ball is right there in the box in center midfield, and we're still having the Brazilian holding on to the ball.
I think it's a credit to the Super Eagles that Brazil have thrown almost everything at them, and they've been able to stand their ground. They are still holding the ball now. They are passing it. They're still looking for that final pass where they can hurt the Super Eagles. But for now, it's not happening. They're on the offensive now.
Now remember, this is time for the Nigerian side to be able to launch themselves on the global. As said by Ndidi, that this is just an opportunity for them, Nigeria, to launch themselves at the global scene.
And now Nigeria is on the attack again. That's a lovely ball from the Ndidi. They took 2 or 3 of them out and to lob the ball on. Nigeria is still holding the ball. A back pass now trying to settle themselves. And the gap is opening nicely in the midfield for Nigeria now to make. That's a long ball up. Again, it's been dispossessed by the Brazilians. Brazilians back in the attack now. What are they going to do? They are trying to make use of the wings now. How good are they in the wings? We will get to know. But for now, it's still 1-0 up to Nigeria against Brazil in Singapore. And we are reaching live from the studios of Heritage TV in London.
Brazil side now taking the ball now in the box 18 now, making an attempt on the right flank here. In the box already. It's a good attempt there, but it's been cleared away by Nigerian side. It's going to be a corner kick, and that's Ekong there, clear the ball out as Gabriel Jesus make an attempt on the right flank to, in the box. But now this is actually the corner kick is going to be taken now. Who's going to take it from the Brazilian side? Now, just now, it's going to be, Jesus again taking the ball now. There's no header there, and it's been cleared out of danger. Nigeria getting the ball back, and the Brazil getting the ball back in the central midfield. Now, getting the ball back now on the left flank again. Now remember the around the box area has been studied by Nigerian team, and that Brazil still getting the ball. And yes, an attempt there, getting the ball slowly in to make another passes going on right on. About 50, now in the central midfield area.
They're still trying to look for that small pocket of holes where they can get to and do damage. But the Super Eagles, what a lovely recovery from the Super Eagles. And let's see how far we are able to go now. Nigeria launch a lovely attack.
That should be an infringement that has been taken as Nigeria get their way out of the danger and getting the ball, sending the ball into the central midfielder, and that's what's been the Brazilian side, get the ball, kick the Nigerian side, and we should have a free kick.
But it's been taken quickly, and the Brazilians are back. They're trying to launch a long ball forward now, which is very uncharacteristic of Brazil, but they will do anything to get a goal before. I think the target now is to get a goal before the halftime. They are on the move again, the long ball again now, and that's an infringement, that's an offside. A relief offside to the Super Eagles.
Yeah, offside sighted there, and that's and that is it means that Dave's.
That's Alves. Alves is already there.
Now
he captains the team today, and he's been spotted for an offside. It's a long one right in front of the linesman who rightly ruled the same way. Nigeria is back in possession now. A goal kick from the Nigerian, and off.
Keeper send the ball out into the midfield now, and that's it. And we still have Brazil now. I said it's passed back to the keeper. The keeper now gets the ball back to the defenders. Defenders now in the central midfield.
Trying to build from the back and see what they're able to do with the ball. Brazil on the offensive now. A long ball right.
Long shot be taken now. Send the ball out in there. Are already getting close to the box 18 of Nigerian side, and we have the Nigerian defenders already in place, and that's a shot.
Oh, what a beautiful block again! I've been highly impressed by the shape of the Nigerian defense so far in this game. Frustrated Coutinho now.
Coutinho's, that a shot from his left leg was being, blocked there by Ndidi, and it's now the ball still right there, and Brazil is still launching an attack. Getting close to the box 18 again, and also send the ball into the central position. Casemiro there has been brought down anyway, possibly.
I hope it's not going to be the first booking of this game No, I don't think it's going to result in booking.
Aribo, I think, may possibly be booked. Yeah, Simon possibly needs to, may be booked for that infringement.
Yeah, I think the Brazilian he's made a more of it. I think he's made a more of it. They will do anything desperate now to get at the 45 minutes at this 43 minutes now to get a goal before, and that's going to be a free kick from a very dangerous point, shortly, just slightly, few centimeters away from Nigerian 18-yard, and let's see who's going to take that. And it's
now Coutinho taking the ball, long free kick there, and that is out and it's gone wide of the post. So that danger has been averted now, and that long kick will be taken by the Nigerian goalkeeper. It looks like Eagles are more relieved right now as the Coutinho lost that. That is wide, on the right side of the post, and that's.
I think the pressure now, the thinking of the Brazil is that they want momentum back. Few seconds before the goal.
Yeah, that was really an attempt by them to get an equalizer, and several attempts being repelled. The attempts being repelled, and the Eagles were actually very much alerted and prepared for this match. Indeed, everyone's prepared. Remember, Brazil lost. They had drew against Senegal in this
on Thursday.
That's another shock. That will be the third time the Brazilian team are losing in a friendly in this around this time, having lost consecutively for 3 times now. If we lost to Nigeria, the pressure would be more on the Brazilian coach more. Now having lost 4 times in a game, 4-time games and been lost consecutively.
I'm very impressed with the Nigerian defense today. They've really held their own. Yes, we have a rear attack which is lost again. Let's see whether it's going to be a throw-in to Super Eagles. And that may be the last kick of this game, if I am right. This is 23 seconds now ahead of 25 first half, and that's going to be a throw-in to Nigeria from the right flank.
First half's almost ending right there, and the throw-in has been taken. Nigeria has moved on to the ball, moving the ball forward on the right flank there. Yeah, but that's been taken, intercepted by the Brazilian side now. Getting the ball into
I think they've identified that right flank as a danger to them now, and Brazil is on the move again. And now it's a long ball now conveniently repaired by the Super Eagles defense.
Jesus now been actually frustrated again for that, not unable to launch that very good shot after receiving that from Casemiro. But that was obviously there was a contact there, and you can find that Jesus is already on the floor and in the box. But there is no any infringement kind of penalty or anything.
No, I think the referees are aware that this desperation of the Brazilian team to do anything now to be able to recover that deficit before the first half. It's 46 minutes now, and the Nigeria has the ball now. A long kick from the Super Eagles out now, and no, it's being repaired by Brazil again, and the duel is happening in the midfield as we are. Nigeria back in control. I will want to see more.
That's that as a whistle coming from the Argentina referee, and that is a half-time. Half-time, Joe's called it against Brazil, and that's Nigeria launching the first goal. My name is first goal against Brazil, and it's Nigeria 1, Brazil 0. So we are giving it to you live from Heritage TV. Just stay tuned. We'll continue to give you more about the analysis of the first goal as we are having our host Chris Onwebo in the studio. My name is Lashley Oladigbolu, and I also have with me
Idris Additional. How impressed have you been so far with this first half?
Yeah, it's been very impressive. We have seen more Eagles doing playing to the letter out they plan to play this match, and that is not giving Brazil any opportunity. The first part of the game was like Brazilian side.
muito acima da média. Nós, quando olhamos para esta equipa, esperamos numa antevisão que seja fácil ao Brasil ultrapassar esta Nigéria. Mas isto acaba por ser um bocadinho a beleza do futebol, porque percebemos que se houver uma equipa, independentemente de ter jogadores mais fracos, porque são mais fracos, a Nigéria consegue coletivamente ultrapassar aquilo que é a qualidade individual deste Brasil. E se nós olharmos à estatística, nós percebemos que o Brasil tem 70% de posse de bola contra apenas 30% da Nigéria, mas o facto de ter bola diz muito pouco daquilo que é depois as situações claras de golo. E hoje a Nigéria, muito bem em termos estratégicos para este jogo, a perceber que não poderia tentar jogar olhos nos olhos com este Brasil e subir linhas, porque isso era aquilo que o Brasil pretendia, para dar liberdade a que os criativos pudessem aparecer, o Everton, o Neymar no início, agora Coutinho, o Gabriel Jesus, o Firmino, e portanto aquilo que a Nigéria optou foi baixar as suas linhas, colocar 10 jogadores atrás da linha da bola, acabar por deixar o Victor Osimhen na frente, ele que tem sido muito importante para depois, no momento da recuperação da bola, poder sair de uma transição e criar, ferir o Brasil onde tem sido mais incompetente nos últimos jogos, que tem sido no processo defensivo. Agora, eu acho claramente que tem uma capacidade enorme este Brasil. Acho que poderá também o Tite, para esta segunda parte, fazer aqui uma outra alteração, o que também irá trazer aqui jogadores com características um pouco diferentes. Eu espero ver, por exemplo, o Gabriel Barbosa poder vir a jogo e trazer aqui um pouco de diferente daquilo que temos visto também neste jogo, porque este Brasil é uma super seleção e creio que poderá, nesta segunda parte, naturalmente vamos ver se consegue materializar em golos, mas verdade seja dita que eu espero que vamos ter mais do mesmo, com mais oportunidades também do Brasil para esta segunda parte e obviamente isto é bom para nós que estamos a ver o jogo, porque temos jogo aberto.
Dizem os brasileiros que o Brasil está com muitas dificuldades para criar jogo ofensivo, repete situações que já tinha tido diante do Senegal. A equipa está lenta na armação de jogadas e é verdade, de resto temos falado durante a primeira parte nesse aspecto. Vamos fazer uma curta pausa. A Nigéria está a bater o Brasil em Singapura por 1-0 com gol de Aribo. Já voltamos para continuarmos a analisar esta partida.
Welcome back. It's still the game between the Samba Boys of Brazil and of course the Super Eagles of Nigeria. 1-0 it is, and of course the highlights is all gone. We'll return back to the studios. I tell you, Tony and Idris, this is it. We have stayed in 45 minutes of play. 1-0 it is, the Super Eagles, the fans are all rejoicing. But before that, let's just quickly say big thanks to lastly Oladipo who has a big hand.
Let me help you. That's the good territory. It's actually Oladipo.
Who has been doing 45 minutes of issues. Just to say to the viewers, you all know too well that because of the right purposes, we're still talking on the NFF, and hopefully they will listen to those of you living in diaspora and make sure that we see, the clear picture. But then again, we here will always bring it to you in our way. 45 minutes it is. Brazil, Nigeria 1.
I think it's a very lovely match. We started growing into the game 20 minutes into the game. Because we first of all soaked up the pressure from the Brazilians who had the early footings in the game. So, but as the game grew on, we grew in confidence, and that was what resulted in the goal. The goal was beautifully taken. Rubo dribbled two people in the 18 and then had this shot inside the 60-yard box. So, I think it's a proud day to be in Nigeria when you're watching your team playing very well, because Nigerians are playing very well because of how we have to contain with the pressures, come up, hold on to the ball also. We're even keeping the balls even. And I think because of the fact that the Brazilians played a game some 2 days ago against the Senegalese, there's an added advantage for us because we had all the rest. So I think they're a bit tired, which the second half is going to be difficult for them also, because it will be towards the end of the game they might start recovering. But I think we have to use that advantage to us that we have now, because you can see that they are not pushing as fast as they are. They're a bit slow with the game, trying to make passes through. And the Nigerians have I think we've learned from the Senegalese game. We've been able to block the midfield, trying to force them to go towards to the side. So, and it paid dividend for us. And I think the second half might be better.
It may not be right, but psychologically, I think the absence of Neymar has brought a big relief to that, because if you look at the moment we began to move forward, was immediately when Neymar. Because with Neymar, they had to contain, they had to dedicate 2 or 3 people. Every move he makes, they had to block him. But immediately he's off. There's a change in tactics from Brazil. Now they know that there's a target man is off. So there's no target man again. Jesus is not a target man. No. He's just there as a destroyer. Yeah. He wants to pick up loose ball and do. Then they resort to long ball, which is very uncharacteristic of Brazil. Yeah. You made mention of something you analyzed before. Block the wings. Brazil will be useless because they're looking for pocket of holes, which the Super Eagles have been very impressed with the ability of the defense. Although we had flashes, Brazil have had most of the ball, but they've not been able to do anything. Yeah, of course, you will be few chances which have not gone well. But the goal with Nigeria is such a wonderful goal that you could have a young Nigerian footballer who could force his way.
He plays for Rangers.
Who could force his way through dribbles, and with the presence of 3-4 Brazilians there, he still collected the ball and found his way.
It simply means that the technical crew of the Super Eagles are really doing their job, because although one, have heard so many complain that they need to bring in more home-based players to join the team, but then again, those who are in diaspora are really showing that their call-ups is not just a fluke, Tony.
No. They've earned to be here. They've earned to be in the team that they are playing abroad here. But at the same time, you want continuity. We don't want to be scrambling after. It's just like what happened now is that when our generation moved away, Nigeria, we started rebuilding again. It becomes difficult for us to get players from home because everybody tends to want to run abroad because of nobody's encouraging them back home. So you need to encourage them back home. My own emphasis is that as a player, you must look up to something. If you're a goal scorer, at the beginning of the season, you want to become the highest goal scorer. As a midfielder, you want to become the man with the highest numbers of tackle and the one that bombs front to win. So all those things is what the players look for. So, and in order for us to do that, we need to encourage those people back home. So, and that is where my argument about the home-based players comes in. So, but for today's game, right, we have shown that yes, if we follow through with our tactics, we will be able to achieve something. The coaches they've had a plan, and I think the players are going the way the plan of the coach is. But remember, the last time we saw
it's a good
we saw you between the game against Ukraine, we saw 2-0, and before you know it was a draw. Idris, what are we looking forward in the second half?
I want to see there will be more goals here. My worry is that if Brazil gets an early goal, you saw the last 10 minutes from 35 minutes after that goal, Brazil began to do what they know how to do best. Lie a little bit, just one. They know that if they want to get a goal back, so that the momentum will be level when they come. Now they know the pressure is back on them now. I can see the beauty of a few of Nigerian forward, particularly from the right wing, where we have got. They realize that boy, the right wing, has become a problem for them. Nigerians have been able to lob the ball to him. I'm not very comfortable, although it's not expected from Nigerians to begin to hold the ball here. But I want us to be able to utilize. Brazil has some reasonable space.
I think there's still some highlights coming up, so we can also see some of
Brazil has some reasonable space. They become aggressive. They have become angry. Now the link between them is no longer working in the next 10 minutes of that game. They want the impression, the ultimate was to get a goal back, so that when they come back, it's going to be a deficit. It's not, but I want us to credit to that defense. They've done well, and credit goalkeeper. That's one beautiful attempt, one-on-one, that's able to save from Jesus. And I just love to see them take advantage. Sometimes, you know in football yourself that the more football, the more the Brazilians have the ball, the more likelihood they are going to hurt you.
No, I think it's like what you're saying. This is a period of two halves. We've played the first half very well. So the second half now will determine the first 15 minutes because the Brazilians are coming in now. They're going to be steaming hot. That to make sure that within the first 15 minutes they're able to get an equalizer, and that will put pressure on us. So, but it's good for us to soak up that same pressure the way we've soaked up the first half. Their wings will be vulnerable because the Alves will be bombing forward and the rest of them. So we need to utilize the wings back again for us to be able to use that as a counter-attack.
We might need to run back to Singapore, and I'm being told that some of the players are beginning to also come off and come out for the second half. But before we get into the second half, have we learned anything so far? Would the coach be thinking of bringing in more players, or should we just keep it safe?
No, at the moment now, I think the coach first of all allowed the first 20 minutes to go through first and see how we'll be able to cope with the game, and then he can now start introducing people.
It's very difficult in the period of changing. Yeah. Anything could happen there because the new boy will have to. For now, I've not found any of them wanting. This team they've not been found wanting at all. They've played to instruction. Our defense line occasionally will be drawn out, but interceptions have been made. If you watch the last 10 minutes of the second half, there is so many interventions from the defense. So many interventions. And that has really saved the game.
Yeah, because if you watch, Jesus is a player that runs in between the defense for a true pass. But he's not been able to get that now. So Alves is coming from the right, trying to bring in the pullers. The Ekongs and the rest of them, they've all blocked the pullers coming in. So that's what we'll continue to do, because it is difficult for you to come from the wing and pick somebody, because all you're doing is you're putting the ball in the middle of the field there for anybody to take the chance.
Guys, we go now, and of course we'll see Singapore and see what is happening. The second half coming your way soon.
I don't expect any changes now. If they do that, they will disrupt the rhythm of this game. The boys want to come back. They need to have a little bit of understanding now, and they let the understanding continues. As Tony has said, the first 15 minutes of the second half is very crucial. Brazil, I want to see that they want to go more individual now. The passing is not paying off.
Eagles
are settling down when they do the passing, and they want to go. That's
Aribo é jovem jogador do Rangers, da Escócia. Árbitro Fo Xuan, árbitro de Singapura, vai apitar daqui a instantes para o reatamento. Regressa a equipa de arbitragem, também a seleção da Nigéria, e vamos estar atentos para ver se o Brasil traz alguma alteração em relação à primeira parte. Selecionador do Brasil, Tite, 58 anos, dois treinadores muito experientes. Do outro lado está o alemão Gernot Rohr, de 66 anos, à frente das Super Águias desde 2016. E vem aí Richarlison. Portanto, Gonçalo, vamos ter aqui uma mexida.
And so we are back. It is your Heritage TV live broadcast. Giving to you Brazil against Nigeria. Going into the second half of it, and of course there have been a change now for Brazil. Guys, just a quick one before we hand over to Idris and of course Last. Are we expecting more goals?
Yeah, of course. The game looked like a goal that you were still going to get goals anyway in this game. So,
okay, the kick off now. We'll hand over to the commentators.
Right here, the second half stage already started, and right now we have the Alex Iwobi on the left flank now, holding on to the ball now, trying to launch an attack against the second half. Right, coming your way live from Heritage TV studio, and we are having now Brazil now coming up, and that's a work change being made on the Brazilian side. And right now we have the Nigerian pressing forward, faster, move into the box 18 now of the. Now the ball now being taken down, and Coutinho, seem to be frustrated with the ball down, and definitely making any wing at that. So with that is ongoing right now, and the second half still ongoing, and we have got Idris Adesina right now. I'm
Lashley, thank you very much. I can see that. I think that's a kind of the Brazilians are making a fast approach to this now. My thinking is that probably the Super Eagles told them to take an advantage of this the first 15 minutes to destabilize them, but that could be also very counterproductive. That's going to be the first corner of this is coming so early. Brazil is trying to do a direct ball now. They want to recover the deficit as early as possible so that they can settle the nerves. But Eagles too wants to take an advantage of it now. But we see the way this is the first corner of the game, and it's coming to Brazil against Brazil.
In the ball right there now from the right flank. Now the corner kick is now being taken. Now just send the ball straight into central part of the midfield, and a header there, but we hit the bar. Another attempt, and that's a goal. Brazil was able to launch the goal, and that comes from it's an equalizer coming up at 48 minutes. Just 3 minutes into the second half, and Nigeria and the Brazil has come launch an equalizer. Go up, occasional by
this is the problem. This is Brazil was not going to go passing the game. They want to recover that business as early as possible. Unfortunately, the Super Eagles event switched off for the first time, and they resulted in a goal. It's 1-1, and you have seen the Brazilians know very well that they cannot put the ball in because it's 50-50. They do what they are doing, and it was a beautiful. That's the problem. Could that be an offside? Could it have been an offside? Let's wait and see what happens. The Super Eagles defense is shouting for an offside, but I'm not sure it's going to hold any nerves. It's 1-1. Brazilians have been able to recover the deficit in the first 3 minutes of the second half, and that has been their aim all along since Nigeria. Jesus is down now. Let's see what's going to happen. It's 1, Brazil 1, Nigeria 1. It's been a devastating start to the end of the first of the second half from Nigeria, and Brazil is back again. It's almost another free kick to Brazil at this age. The tactics have played better. They have gone more direct. I think the referee is having a word with Jesus now, and it's going to be a free kick, and it's going to be taken by the Brazilian captain.
Nowadays, another free kick to be taken by the Brazilian side now, and that is now coming your way now. Just only 15 minutes now into the second half. Will this be another way to launch, a lead into this match? Still even Nigeria 1, Brazil 1, and that is it. Now on the defense now we got Ndidi, Ekong, Osmei, so nothing be taken down, and the Brazilian was able to head the ball, but Nigeria get the ball, clear away from the danger zone from the box 18, and now attack now to be prepared now by Brazilian side now from the midfield. Now on the left flank, now getting the ball back to the defender. Defender send the ball back to the right flank of the Brazilian side. They're passing the ball slowly among themselves, and still from the midfield. Now launching a quick one into the left flank in about 2, possibly force a way of getting Nigeria. With courtesy of Casemiro, who scored the first goal there. Now getting the ball now, moving on the right flank there, and that is the Brazilian side. Nigeria seems to be now very defensive now, trying to play to I think the best the forward.
Yeah, that's the funny thing in football. The momentum is back with the Brazilians now. They've got all what they wanted to do. They've recovered the deficit, and they are playing more purposely now. You can see that they are trying to avoid any mistake, but that is out. So now Nigeria gets the ball back. That's a relief for Nigeria now. What are we able to do when we have the ball will matter most now. What we are watching now is a replay of that goal. It's a very long ball to Brazil in the right wing. From there where we got, okay, I think that's a goal kick now to Nigeria. Again, that's going to be a throw into Nigeria. Nigeria is trying to push now to see if they can take an advantage now, but the momentum is back with the Brazilians. Nigeria are the ones under pressure now. I'm not very comfortable with the way we lose the ball. In a few seconds that we recover it back, but it's still even. That's the most important thing. Nigeria scored the first goal against Brazil in Singapore. Brazil has re-equalized, and Brazil have the ball now. They are playing more with confidence now. I think Eagles are trying to put pressure. The pressing is there now. My worry is that with that pressing leaves a gap in the hole where Brazil can explore. We should remember that they are not playing under any pressure again. They have momentum. They are still nicely passing the ball and controlling the midfield as we expect them, from one end to the other, trying to see if they can draw the Super Eagles out and do. That's another long ball now, and they are still in control. This could be very dangerous for us. This could still be very dangerous for us. Now it's being recovered by the Super Eagles. Super Eagles back in the attack now. No, another interception by the Brazilians there. Now it's been recovered back. Super Eagles back now. Now we are on the move now. We are on the move now. And let's see. Yes, we are almost in the 18-yard. And let's see what's that. That's another beautiful. Oh my goodness.
That shot from was being saved by Brazilian keeper.
It's a wonderful header. Wonderful header. But that's a very experienced goalkeeper. We never allowed the touch ground. They could bounce straight away into the net like that. Yes, it's 1-1, and we're reaching you live from the studios of Heritage TV here in London. National.
Well, it's been even now Nigeria 1, Brazil 1, and then Nigeria, coach now seems to be a little bit on the nerves now, trying to see what is going wrong. But I can see in this second half now, from the replay, you can see that that there was a kind of a quick match, kind of a quick attempt to get the ball faster than usual. Both from the ball scene, because the Nigerian started that we want to first in the minutes into the second half, we want a quick tackling against the Brazilian side. The corner just gives the opportunity for the Brazil to be able to tactically again.
I think the Eagles are really back in the normal pattern of well playing. They are playing well now, holding the ball from one end to the other. Eagles are launching attack, and that could be, let's see, no, that is out. That could be a goal kick to Brazil. We have an opportunity for us to see what we can do, but that opportunity is lost now. Brazil is.
I wasn't lost that one from the right flank as we make an attempt to quickly send the ball to make a cross into the Brazilian box 18, but it lost that. And now the ball now back in the playing field of play with Brazil taking the ball, passing them among themselves now. And we see what happens now. Eagles seem to not to be too affected by the fact that Brazil are holding on to the ball, sending the ball right on the right flank there, getting the ball now on a one-to-one level now. Now the pass is being taken by Brazil. Another pass being taken back to his teammates here. Now, Nigeria now seem to be in a more defensive line now this time, trying to defend the ball. And it will be a long shot there, but that's been intercepted. Nigeria got the idea. He wants to send the ball across.
Yeah, that's from what Brazilians do now. You can't find a clear-cut pattern they are playing now. All they wanted to do is to get a second goal. Lure the Eagles out.
It's going to happen again. It's going to happen now. Right now, they was able to clear that and attack now into the box 18. We got Ndidi now stepping in and getting the ball cleared, the ball out of the box 18.
It's been very difficult for them this after the goal, but Brazil is again that right hand. I think they are beginning to utilize that right hand very well now. Now Super Eagles have the ball now, but I want to see them calm down so that they can be able to purposely attack. I don't want us to lose that again. No, there's going to be an infringement on.
Yeah, if you keep there, and that might be see that one they attempt by Brazil to go to second goal, but to clear that right in the box.
It's a wonderful interception from Ndidi there. Yeah, I think we now with another corner kick to Brazil against Nigeria. Richardson, the introduction of Richardson to this game has really changed the momentum. But for me, who is there? The Brazilians have packed the Eagles F-18 full. Looking for the beauty again is that they refuse to play the ball.
In the long shot, they cannot play second goal.
Oh, what a wonderful interception!
And Brazil, and that would have actually scored the second goal, but I think the ball hit the bar out of the.
Yeah, it was wonderfully saved by the goalkeeper. It's gone against another. I think Brazil has developed a pattern now. Rather than pull the ball in, they want to. I think the Eagles should do something very carefully now. There's a markman there that they should get close to. But Brazil is not going to put the ball in again.
Yeah, that says now that the corner kick been taken and that will be resulted in a goal kick. Now Nigeria have to take a goal kick. That's mirrored there. Moving forward, after making an attempt, but Zoho now holding to the ball now, get the ball from the ball to the ball is east now to throw the ball to the Eagles. That was a good attempt there.
It was wonderfully saved by the goalkeeper. This goalkeeper has been a savior today. On several occasions, he's come top and he denied Brazil so many things. But they are winning now. Yes, the ball is still played from one end to the other. The Super Eagles have the ball now. What are they going to do?
Being brought down there. The referee says no, play on, and that's the match now. In the midfield now, Brazil are taking the ball now, marching forward. Can they do something here? We got Jesus now. Firmino appearing, maybe it's already, but that has been lost now. Firmino now taking the ball now on the right flank now. It's been cleared out. We are free.
Richardson has been everywhere since he came in. He's been left, he's been right, and I think they deliberately deployed him to that right side angle. I think probably they've identified a weak point there. That's turning now to Super Eagles of Nigeria, and it's still Super Eagles 1, Brazil 1.
Ball now, throw the ball into his teammate, but lost that to Brazil again. And Brazil are kicking the ball in very close, so in the midfield now, gets to the box 18, running the ball faster here. We have the Samba boys there, passing the ball to their teammates here, and sending the ball round in a way, they can easily get into the Nigerian box. They started already, occupied Nigerian teammates. Nigeria seems to be unsettled at this time, but the defense still remains intact, getting the ball, but Brazil getting the ball back from there in every attempt to clear the ball out of danger. Now Brazil still holding to the ball, getting the ball in the midfield now. Get a gentle pass into the midfield now, make a run there, ball is being cut out now. Indeed, he getting the ball, smacking it, getting the ball. Oh, it's been attacked, it's been taken off by the Brazilian. The ball still hold too. Brazil still hold the ball, getting the ball now, just to make it look, but there will be a cross there. A cross taking has been headed out of play, and that will be that's being cleared by Collins again. That will be a corner against Nigeria.
And you see how worried it is now for number 9 for the striker to come and be the one intercepting the ball at the back. That's another going to be a corner kick for Brazil. We should not forget that the first goal came from that same wing as well.
Corner taking now. A good attempt there.
Oh my goodness.
Danger still looming in the Nigerian side. Now being cleared out of play. Danger is now about it. Now
another corner kick. I want to believe.
Can't believe that. That's a shot he made. He would have resulted in the goal against Baltimore. I think the Nigerian Zoko is being hit by something, possibly by the shot being taken.
I think it's an attempt for him to save the ball. That
was a collision. He was actually in the middle of attackers there and defenders. And was possibly,
Oh my God! He had an empty net to beat, and unfortunately, he hit the pole again.
Yeah,
that would have been a long
bar out, and the ball get itself out back to Ekong. Ekong was able to head it back. An attempt by Richardson to make a cycle kick to get the ball in.
His introduction to this game has brought pace into the first line.
Kick now to be taken now. Zoho remains out of the field as he's been making a complaint about being pushed or somehow while attempting to get the ball out.
I think Brazil is trying to introduce a second
21
introduction now.
Yeah, Jesse to come in now.
Most likely the Super Eagles coach,
yeah, he seems to be possibly looking forward to make a change, possibly, but there haven't been any change yet by the Nigerian side, possibly. So
the goalkeeper is going to be replaced now. I think that's calling for a replacement now for the goalkeeper now. He must have been badly hurt. He was when I landed awkwardly.
The danger was actually averted by Eko, heading the ball out, actually getting the ball back onto the legs of Richardson. Richardson he tried to make a cycle kick there to get back into the goal, but was up there.
What could have happened to the goalkeeper? Was it an awkward landing, or it was a collision with the Richardson who headed the ball? And the Brazilians are angry now. They want a quick resolution. They want to quickly take advantage of this unsettled team. The Brazilians have introduced the second change in this game. Let's see who is going out for the number 21 jersey. But the situation now, number 8 jersey is Gabriel.
Gabriel B now coming in.
That's number 21 jersey now. Who is he replacing? There seems to be confusion there. Who wants to go? We've seen the substitute, but we've not seen the player going out. Now Gabriel is in now. It's number 21 jersey, and who is going out?
No,
I think number 20
Firmino is coming out, while Gabriel is coming in now, right now, and Brazil making this change right there at the. This is not anyway. Maybe an attempt to make a lead now because it's still about 60 minutes into the game, 65 minutes, so into the game, and the Brazilian side happy that at least they get the ball even at the beginning of the second half. It's 62 minutes right there, and Zobo is now to be taken out. It's to be taken out and to be replaced by the Nigeria keeper. We've got a substitute for Zobo, possibly. We will see maybe I don't know which one there is coming in for the Nigerian side to replace
Mojo. You see Mojo, what's his name?
Mojo is coming in, I think, for to replace Zoho. Nigeria get the ball now, moving the ball faster, getting the ball back. It seems is anyone there? They brought down.
I want to believe this is not a game of two halves, because the last 6-7, this is 63 minutes now, and that means the last 17 minutes of this game has all been Brazil.
Yeah, it's still ongoing now. It's 64 minutes into the match, and we've got a kick being taken there. Osimhen not unable to land the ball as get the ball in his head. It's been cleared by Brazilian side. But
the Eagles are back in possession now. They're trying to calm themselves down, find a pattern to penetrate. But for now, it's still a short passes, and yes, they are still in control for now. That will be the longest spell they've held the ball in this second half. They have the ball, but it's still within their 18-yard box, and there's a long ball out, which possibly is going to get back to Brazilian. Okay, the Eagles are still having it. Let's see what they're able to do with it. Yes, a rare attack. Now, why Eagles are on? No, that attack has been repelled. Okay, Eagle is back in control. No.
I would believe maybe possibly Eagle will get on the back or get the ball back, as the ball is running out. But
I think it's
spotted by the official, and that will be free kick to be taken. Brazil are already taking the free kick. Still 1 Nigeria 1 Brazil 1 and 65 minutes.
That friendly, the all-important friendly between Nigeria and the Brazilian national team in Singapore. We're reaching you live from the Head State studio in London. Brazilians have the ball now, and they are still trying to see what they can do, but it is still Brazil 1, Nigeria 1. They still have the ball as expected.
Casemiro there holding the ball in the central midfield. Now we're looking for Stevie to pass the ball to. He's getting home now. I think in our spot, they on the right flank there, the ball still held by Brazilian side, sending the ball back to the teammates here. And in the left flank here, we got also I can spot very well. Nigerian side are not actually, they are actually trying to, be observant and any
that would have been a lovely damage, but quickly spotted by Nigeria, and Nigerian have the ball now, trying to make a real attack, but the attack is very slow, unlike Brazil, where once they get the ball, they pump forward immediately.
No, the ball now moving forward, Eagles now, then the ball forward was, the Brazilian get the ball back.
Can we probably be looking at a change now to galvanize this team, just as the Brazilian counterpart did? For now, Brazil still has the ball, and they want to win this game at all costs.
This is in the box, but that has been, been saved. Richardson attempt to make sure was been spotted by official as an offside.
By Richardson.
So he's been, taken as an offside position. Now the 60 minutes, still Nigeria 1, Brazil 1. We expect possibly the Eagles coach will make a change apart from the change in the keeper, possibly, but we'll see how it goes. Brazil has made about 2 changes now. Neymar was changed and also Firmino changed to get right.
Do you not think the change in the goalkeeper has really affected his chances ability to introduce more efficient? But the Super Eagles have the ball now, and they are trying to press hard and see what we want to do. Yeah, they are still holding on to the ball, and they are moving through the left wing, and now ball back to Iwobi, and let's see what they are going to do now. Ball back to the right hand side now. Who is there for who is calling for the ball? What are we able to do? The Brazilians are back in numbers at the back now, and that will be difficult. But the Eagles are still holding.
Into the
first attempt on goal.
It wasn't and the Brazilians still get the ball back.
It's not back in ball conveniently now. Interception. The movement has been very fast by Brazil. They realized they are lethargic in the first half, and this is half now trying to initiate.
Was just awkwardly looking and the ball being held by Brazilian side. I expect him to make a tackle there, but now it looks like the Eagles are now giving the chances of making the defense open. But a very weak clear out there, but ball was supposedly cleared out anyway by Heckok, and that's a pressure still to be mounting against Nigeria side.
That's a pressure. There's a pressure. Yeah, we could see the Brazilian supporters in Geoffrey as expected. They're back in now. Another attack. It's been a wave of attack and attack in this few hours of the second half. Yeah, that's going to be a throw into the Super Eagles of Nigeria. 1, Super Eagles 1, Brazil 1. In Singapore, I'm watching live from the Heritage Studio here in London. This is what we fear most. The ability of Brazil to hit back and take the momentum, and they have actually done that. The introduction of Richardson has been very disastrous.
We've got to the timeout now section about 3 minutes into the game, and that has been the timeout now to be taken. Brazil 1, Nigeria 1, and it's just a cooling break.
It's a needed break. It's a needed break.
Yes, of course, just for them to cool off a bit, have drinks, or to chill a little bit.
Because Nigeria, the Super Eagles have not had a single pattern at all in this first 20 minutes of this game. It's been all Brazil, a wave of attack and attack and attack, and they've done more damages than they've done. They've played more in this game than they've done in the entire 45 minutes before. The Super Eagles coach is getting involved now, is trying to organize, and that is the goal. It was a switch off from Nigerian defense, because you don't expect a ball coming out from your end and you allow the opposition to take it back immediately. It's supposed to be that. It's just a little, the first time they switch off in that game, and it's resulted in a goal. And that has, what are you seeing about the introduction of Richardson?
Well, there's the changes. It looks like the Brazilian side now seems to be more attacking. I've not seen more of the changes in the formation, but it looks like Richardson has brought in the spirit back into the Brazilian side. And this, in this half an hour into the second half has been more, momentum. Because we see Brazil more coming out, just like coming out of their,
of their
shell
shell.
now. So they want to prove that.
It's why Eagles looks to have been rattled by that goal, and that has affected even their flow of football, the beautiful football we saw them play. But let's see what happened now. The Super Eagles has taken the throw, and they are back. The ball is back in field now. But my worry, largely, is that we quickly lose the ball once we get it.
Yeah, there's need for Eagles to get on with the ball, get the position right, and it looks like the Brazil, be my Brazil as it is. They want to play. You want to go slow, they go slow. You want to go fast, they go fast. So if you are going to hold on to the ball, you've got to be.
The Eagles have completely surrendered the midfield there, and Brazil has a way. Their midfield is collapsed. The only thing we did now that has held up this game so far is the defense. The hardline defense. There is nobody in this midfield challenging them. They have the ball when they want to have it. They want to slow it down. They want to slow it down. They move fast when they don't move fast. They move the ball so well from wing to wing, from back, and it seemed to be working for them. I want to believe that the Super Eagles, but my worry is that again the goalkeeper, the unexpected change in the look at that. That's a beautiful one by that's Gobi. Oh my God! How did he not go in? How did he not go in? That would have been the second goal for Brazil, but it's not supposed to. It's not. Maybe it's not their day today, but they are doing everything. That ought to have been a goal, but how he didn't go is nobody knows. He missed it. It was out.
Was a great miss by Brazilian side, but the ball went off to penalty, and the corner has been taken now. Now, opportunity for Eagles to send the ball out, getting the ball under his leg is Osimhen A. Now, getting the ball, now he can hold on to the ball. Referee spot an infringement there. And
no, come on, we could have had a. That has actually brought the Eagles back. I thought he was going to play the advantage, and now since he's been able to evade the tackles. Yes, the Super Eagles is in. The Super Eagles are in control now. A rare opportunity for them to move forward in an infringement by the Brazilians. And what is happening? Is there any substitution now? Yes, Nigeria is making a substitution. Who is going out and who is coming in? We will give you once as we have that. But there is a substitution from Nigeria. Yeah, we want to be able to give you who that name is. It's still very scanty by now, but there is a substitution from Nigeria now to be able to propel this team. We will give you the name of who has gone out and who has come in into these Super Eagles now, to be able to see if we can have the Richardson effect on the Super Eagles. Lastly, what do you think is wise now?
Well,
the changes?
Yeah, well, that's most needed by the Eagles to make a change. Anyway, to possibly fortify their efforts to stand the heat. The Brazilians pressing higher. Now you can see here come there, sending the ball back from the box 18. Holding on 1-1, handing the Brazilian side. A long kick there, a great shot there, but then missed out by the Brazilian side. Just number 21, who just came in the second, and that's Gabriel, who came in for Firmino. He's actually launching more attack, against the Eagles. The changes of Gabriel coming in for Firmino has brought more changes into the pattern of the Brazilian side. Remember, Brazilian is under pressure over for losing 3 times consecutively in the games, in the matches they play so far under this the current coach. And that is been the reason why, like we have war at the back defense. We have a Marcino who came in, his homegrown, who came in, who also came in for the Brazilian side. So just to make some changes due to the failure, to win against Senegal on Thursday. Now, Brazil ongoing now. Brazil now trying to get it home.
That's a clever one, but an Eagle Nigerian defense has spotted that.
Yeah, intercept that very well, very well.
Yeah, the Brazilians are still in control as much of this game, launching one wave of attack after the other. But for so far, it's been Brazilian one. Several attempts have been made to put this ball to bed, this game to bed, but all have been repelled by the diligent Nigerian defense, who have stood up today they've really been very impressive. But my worry is that the midfield is totally collapsed. Brazilians have the ball anytime they want to have it. And let's wait and see. Oh, could that be an infringement? No. Jesus has know what to do. Trying to make an advantage of every little situation to be able to get a goal. But Nigeria is back again on the counter-attack. On the attack, again, it's a long ball which has gone out of throw. Nigeria having the throw now. Brazilians are still very frustrated. They want the second goal to be able to put this game to bed. Nigeria is trying. Let's see, this is a real attack for Nigeria. And let's see whether we are going to be rewarded. You have to say, corner kick for Nigeria. That's a very rare one. But at least the attack has resulted in something. It's a corner kick for Nigeria. And let's see who's going to take it and how well it's going to be utilized. This is where it's going to be very dangerous for us if we don't score this game, because the defense now will have moved to support the attack, and that could be a big problem for us. But for now, the corner kick is taken. No, it's already a wasted effort. Brazil back in control. One Nigerian player is down, number 22. Could that be Ndidi? No. But the game is halted now as Nigeria attends to the player who is down there. Who is the player and what has happened?
Hawazen now been brought down, and possibly during the collision there, about 3 players, and Holy Hunt is right here is possibly it's been bruised or something like that. So I'm not sure why it's continuing. It's going to continue with the match. The game is still going on. It's 77 minutes into the match.
Super Eagles of Nigeria versus the national team of the Samba Boys of Brazil in faraway Singapore. We are reaching you live from the Heritage Studio in London. That's a long one. Oh my goodness, that's an infringement. That's pushing from the Brazil, and the referee has rightly spotted that. I want to believe there's another going to be a change now. You've seen some officials making gesture, but let's see what it is. Nigeria has a free kick now. Right, okay, yeah, Nigeria is making a change now. And who is coming in for who? We will get to know that in a while. Number...
Yeah, well, we've got someone coming out now, so someone coming out, and with that, he has done really incredibly well, but there's still more to be done. It looks like we've got Dennis coming in. Dennis coming on for Simon, so it's still, let's see how it goes. We've got more of Nigeria coming in, center midfielder coming in,
I think the coach has realized the collapse, the near collapse, near non-existence of that midfield, which has gifted the Brazilian every opportunity to have the ball. We are just not present at all in that midfield, and that has been a total disaster. Brought a total disaster to this game in the second half. We fear there's going to be a game of 2 halves. Now Brazil another wave of attack. This time around, they've not been able to make any penetration. But at least they still have the ball, and let's see what they do with it. That's another space they've got there. Is it going to be inside? No, that's a goal kick to Nigeria, because Gabriel, the number 21, who just came in, has wasted that opportunity again. Is it going to be a goal kick or a corner to Brazil again? If it's a corner kick, that's going to be the 5th corner kick in about 35 minutes now.
Wow, that's a good loss. It shows the Brazilian side are pressing, really, really pressing.
Another introduction again from Brazil.
So we've got Tingo coming in.
They just want to win this game at all cost.
That's shots been repelled.
Yeah, they're holding the ball now. Let's see how many are we. Yes, how many are we? How many are we? How many are... Oh, this is... No. Then the Brazilians have got the boys back. Yes, it's... Look at how technical the player is. He pushed the Nigerian ball into the ball, and look at that. He just pushed it, does not give out. And he says he was holding the ball. The Brazilians are back again in our net, and it's been safely taken by the Nigerian goalkeeper. Nigerians, another move again. Let's see what we're able to do with it. I just want them to put more pace, to be more purposeful with this. They seem to be lethargic, and the Brazilians are taking advantage of that to be fast and take the ball away from them. Look at that again. The Brazilians have taken the ball again. Individual error has been the bane of this second half. Launch, okay, that's another clearance from Nigerian defense. The Brazilians are back with the ball again. And I just wish that the Super Eagles coach does something about this collapse of the midfield. That has gifted the opportunity to the Brazilians to launch waves of attack on Nigerian defense. And if the attack is too much, how long will the defense be able to cope before the second goal comes in now?
Yeah, Idris, it's so close to call right now. It looks like, change has been made. Got someone, out, and got midfield, centre midfielder coming in. And that has not given any more changes in the pattern Nigeria are playing, because our attack is getting too much from the Brazilian side. Now, Iwobi now get the ball now, getting the ball placed on now. Can you get the ball? He was able to retrieve the ball, but the ball, just went, straight into the legs of the Brazilian side. Now,
they are faster than us now. Yes, we have some very individual efforts.
Now moving forward, trying to make a counter-attack, which probably may work. But on the right-hand side is,
another interception by the Brazilians. This time around, they are pouring forward. What are they able to do? Okay, the Super Eagles have caught up with him. Lovely ball by Didi. It's dispossessed him of that ball, and Nigerians are back with the ball now. What are we able to do with it? We've crossed the halfway forward into the Brazilian territory now. Let's see. But again, this ball is slowed down, and the Brazilians are back.
Now will be already moved forward. You expect to call the ball. A shot down, a long pass being given to Chukwu Emeze. Now, anyway, very good one, very good attempt by Chukwu Emeze. We expect him to do something there, or he's on everything. But when I say how it goes, it's a very good attempt by Chukwu Emeze, but I expect possibly him to send the ball back to into the box. We have Ali Iwobi and also Aribo already there.
Another changes coming from Nigeria there. Who is coming in? Number 18 is going out.
So we're going to get...
and the number 7. Oh, don't tell me that Iwobi is going out.
So because Iwobi coming out, and they'll just give opportunity or chance for that, Eagle to come in.
How wise is this decision?
Yeah, it's not about do or die. I think this is a friendly match. It's an attempt. This is for you to text all what you got. Aziz now is coming in now to replace Iwobi. So this is very, I think it's very crucial. This is 84 minutes into the match, just to give other striker opportunity.
What pattern is Nigeria playing now this second half?
Well, the match is still ongoing. It's too close to call. We can never say. This is more of like holding on to the ball. If you have the ball, if you don't get hold of the ball, do a mass defense and go for counter attack. And that's the Eagles have been playing so far in the second half.
Counter attack has been very slow, because if you need a counter attack, you need a number of bodies up front to be able to get a goal.
Yeah,
we've not been able to do that.
You need to move that. You need to move faster and work together cohesively towards getting the counter attack, produce any results. Now making an attempt from the left flank here. In the box 18 already, we've got Aziz there, but unable to get the ball. Was very
there's no support for him there.
And the Eagles
that's
get
a
the ball
good
back
interception
in the
again.
Yeah, it's been brought down, but the referee said carry on. An attempt there. Now Brazil getting the ball in the midfield.
And they're getting the body. But I think they're being outnumbered by the Eagles now, who have settled back to shape the defense. What we are going to see here is how creative they are. You can see some move, good interception there by the Nigerian defense as usual. The Brazilians are back again as usual. The midfield is totally collapsed now, and they gifted everything to Brazil. How long are we? That's a long ball.
A very good one. That's a second. I've been second attempt, but this saved there. Coutinho make a very good attempt there at scoring, and that is being stopped by the Nigerian defender, which gently get the ball back into the hands of the Nigerian keeper.
That is a lovely cutback, an open goal. But Nigerians are back again in the defense. That is another letdown for Brazil. They've had more shots at goal, more attempts at goal, more attack than the entire first half they've done. Yeah, Nigerians on the attack again. I think the changes made by the Eagles the Super Eagles coach is really paying off, because Nigeria, for the first time, are having the ball more now than at least than we had in the entire 30 minutes of this half.
Yeah, you can see never right Eagles out of this match, because they're coming forward now, making an attempt now, getting the ball into get into the box 18 now. Can anything be done there? A very good cross into the box, but that's been taken off, and Brazil was able to get Eagles to get the ball back. Get the ball on the left side.
I want an unexpected shot from the midfield now, at least to be able to show that we could do something. We've only had one shot on target.
Now, open opportunity there, but we've got Chukwu Emezi right there on the right flank. Send the ball cross, header, but good attempt, but it was been, safely taken. And Chukwu Emezi tried that shot, but it was not too, I would say, not a very fierce, kind of a shot you expect, at that point in time. Possibly, caught unaware when the ball, bounced to him. But it should be very good. But he aimed at goal.
How lovely it would have been a grand ball. But again, it's still won. Nigeria won.
Yeah,
Brazil won.
87 minutes into the match.
My prayer is that Nigeria is getting to this last stage. This change is already making some positive up forward. The pressure is indeed now to hold them together. Again, Nigeria having to...
been predicted by a lot of pundits that possibly Brazil will suffer another draw here today, but will that happen? Let's see. It's just only about 3 minutes away, and the Brazilians are unable to make any what you expected that Brazil to win.
This is another throw-in from Brazil.
A corner kick taken. Now danger looming large, but anyway, Eagles was able to pass that away now, send the ball out of danger zone. The Brazil now trying to take a throw in.
Yeah, that's throwing for Brazil. We have about just 2 minutes to the end of this game. We don't know how many minutes is going to be added as an extra time here for us. But it's still 1, Nigeria 1, Brazil 1, in far away Singapore, and we're reaching you from the commentary box here in Heritage Studios in London.
Nigeria's got changing here. Olayinka now coming, and what Chukwu Emezi, 13 jersey now have. You can see in just 2 minutes into the game what Olayinka can do. Just an opportunity for him to to showcase his brilliance at this match, at this opportunity to play for Nigeria. Now, Brazil are back now in the central midfield, getting the ball, passing to each other.
I think Nigeria they're still looking for that hole.
Short passes.
To be able to see what dangers they can do. I think they will be more they will be more contented with a draw than to give an opportunity to lose here. Let's say they are still very much outside the 18 of the Super Eagles.
Eagles stay on the line. They stay much on the line in the box. Brazil trying to make a headway there, make an attempt, but being dispelled. And also the ball get back into the central line of the field. And Brazil holding the ball, get the ball back on the left flank. And Nigeria, Eagles trying to make to defend this. And this is a wonderful one. Nigeria Eagles.
The goalkeeper read that very well, and he came out quickly to claim the ball. They are doing everything possible now to at least go with a win. I think the Eagles the goal handler is trying to just at least if I don't score another game, let's go out with this draw. The formation, the people here, of course, the last 10 minutes have been forward thinking, but now I think the Eagles is back in shape. They want to contain these Brazilians, and there's still another attack from Brazil. Let's see how many more attacks they're going to get.
Remember, this is now getting to the tail of the match, and it's only a minute to go. Can the Eagles stand the heat? As now 5 minutes being given.
That's a long time. It's a long time in football.
Of the time, play time now, and with the injury time, 5 minutes given now. Brazil now kicking the ball now on the edge of Nigerian box 18. The Eagles scatter around the box, getting forward, movely. While the Brazilian side, passing the ball to each other, you can see that the Eagles seem to go out to make this, to defend this.
They're looking for that run where they can do the damage now. any goal from now will probably end the game. But let's see.
Now, a good attempt there.
Oh, snuffed out by the Eagles again, who are practically camped now in their own half.
Yeah, I tell you what, just about a few minutes to go, and you have to stand it through. They've not so far so good enough. Their performance has not been so poorly because you have to stick to your game plan, and the game plan has really worked. You defend and you go for counter attack, and you need to go. You go for it. Achieve result. Now still dangerous.
Another corner kick again.
Another corner kick to be taken by Brazil. A good number of corner kick taken by Brazil in this half.
This is the seventh. This is the seventh. And it's from that corner kick they did the first danger.
Now we have to look out for Dave Gabriel now. Now in the box, and keeper just pushed the ball out, and Richardson now send the ball back into the right hand when the corner to be taken. Now Coutinho send the ball to his teammate there. A long ball into the box, and also
I want more purpose from the Eagles.
Brazil seems to be pressing forward now.
I want more purpose. Yes, the 5 minutes
now can be taken by.
The 5 minutes they giving to them now it's like 1 hour for them now. They are really propelled by that because 5 minutes is a lot of time in football. More so when you have the ball. Yeah. Every time you have the ball.
Nigeria now moving forward now into the central midfield, getting the ball, holding on to the position, send the ball back into defender. The ball back to Ekong right there.
A single mistake here will be very devastating for us. We need to hold the ball. We need to do. Then we lost the ball again. Now, the Brazilians are pouring out again. They want to quickly take advantage.
Lost. It looks like now possibly he could get the ball back now, getting the ball, holding the ball now. This might be a very sweet counter attack as the boys move forward.
Oh my
goodness! He brought
that is a deliberate attempt.
And that should be an infringement.
It's a serious infringement, a deliberate one. No, if we had to be a grade A, the normal match, that of course the first yellow card of this game. Now, because that was a deliberate attempt.
Yeah, Aribo was brought out. And that is
and that was a lovely move.
Yeah, not even yellow, kind of. I believe yellow will be issued here for that. But that is
in a normal game it's going to be a red card because he took him as the last man.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So we want to see whether
this could play to the hand of the Eagles. It's almost 93 minutes.
No, he actually can receive
and you could see the experience of a man. That would have, if he didn't bring him down, that would have been saying a different thing by now.
Yeah. You see, he just went, he just stood, stand there against the Nigeria Eagle. He just not allow
we could have been saying a different thing.
To make that would have been his second goal of the match.
Another player coming in from Nigeria in these few seconds away. Another player coming in for Nigeria now. Let's see who that be. Just have a taste of the game. I think that's what is next now.
Yeah, Abdullahi coming in. Why Joe Aribo? Aribo just been brought down now. Now Aribo coming out. However, we have Abdullahi coming in now. Just about a minute into the end of the match. Well, the boys now back to the Brazilian side now, looking for a quick one to launch a very onslaught against Nigeria, but this materialize. Just we're counting down to about 30 seconds into this match.
Eagles need to be very careful now. That's exactly what they are doing now. Eagles are pouring out now
also
challenging for every ball. I think they've realized now that the best way for attack of defending this game now is to quickly push out and keep the Brazilians at bay within their own. That is the only way they can end a draw.
The first form of a defense to attack, so Nigeria seem to be coming out now, just to the few seconds into the end of this friendly match. And since 2003, when Nigeria lost to Brazil,
that's another one. Oh my God! No! I thought the goalkeeper was out.
It just was taken by the Eagle.
But it's a very lovely way of slowing the game down of any more few seconds.
Well, this looks like a very brilliant outing for Eagles, who is
I think that is the end of the game. Actually,
for second time this friendly, Nigeria Eagles remain undefeated, having played draw against
the Samba boys of Brazil. Okay, they met Senegal on Thursday. They end a draw. Yeah. They play a draw game out with Nigeria today.
Nigeria won, and this will be consecutive second time Nigeria playing draw and also the fourth time, you know, the Brazilian side unable to win the match.
I must tell you, I've been very impressed with the defense line of Nigeria today.
Yeah,
they surrendered the midfield. Ekong, I know, and they have been wonderful today to withstand a formation, and a pressing attack.
Marcaram primeiro os africanos por Aribo e empatou Casemiro para o Brasil. Da nossa parte é tudo, um abraço, continuação de domingo
wonderful time as we have Nigeria, you know, now players, you know, changing jersey now. The next as match comes to an end. So with that, we come to the end. I will now give it back to the studio where, you know, Chris Obikwelu and others of the analysts will be giving you the rest of the analysis. Thank you for staying tuned. My name is Lashley Oladegulu. Thank you for staying tuned on Heritage TV.
Indeed, welcome back. It's still the game between the Super Eagles of Nigeria and, of course, the Samba Boys of Brazil. 1-1 it ended after 90 minutes of proceedings. Seems the same thing we saw with the Teranga Lions of Senegal. And he just has played it out. Ex-international Tony Wigan, of course, Idris Adesina is here with me. Disappointed or a good game?
Disappointed, because like I said the same thing. We keep going back again, the same mistake all the time. We made the same mistake against Ukraine. Before at the beginning of the second half, I said the first 20 minutes is vital for the game, and we considered a goal 3 minutes into the game. So with that again, we've not learned our lesson. The disappointment is not because of anything. We've not learned our lesson from the previous match that we just played some few weeks back, you know, and bringing it again, making the same mistake here. I think the coach should find a way to correct this mistake.
Second half goal, Casemiro came in and of course
it's Richardson. It's more of, are we looking at the availability of the resources on the bench? Brazil saw a problem, and quickly before they came in, they brought in Richardson, who had no specific role, who was just a patrolman. The entire front. You could see him on the right, you could see him left. He brought the major names out, Firmino out, and he brought Richardson. Who could have done that? Apart from the coach who knows exactly what he wanted to do. And in a few seconds, the first time the defense switched off. Because you don't expect a goal bounce back from you, and he came straight away to the opposition. What Brazil did was to all out. We have nothing to lose again now. All out attack. When they have the ball, in few seconds, they're already in there. Then credit to the Brazilian the coach who knew exactly what he wanted. He brought somebody who made an immediate impact. And from the moment that goal came in, Nigeria lost everything. They lost shape. The entire midfield was surrendered. A lot of credit today goes to that defensive line. Yes, they switched off to concede the goal, but they repaired the wave of attack of the Brazilians. Yes, it's a disappointment to us, but we could have won this game. We could have won this game.
That's something that happened against Ukraine.
We could have won this game. But if you look at it, it's more disappointment to the Brazilians.
No, but it comes to the area now of, you know, game management. As a coach, you must know how to manage your game. If you get we are always praising him getting the first half right. So what's happening to the second half? So that is where he needs to work hard now with the team to find out exactly what's happening in the second half. Because you cannot get it's like we said, it's a game of two halves. First half, very good. Second half, poor. Again, first half, very good. Second half, poor. So why don't we improve on the second half? So that's where we need to manage the game. We're leading 1-0. So what do? We'll make sure that any loopholes that make us consider early. Because if we had pushed this game 20 minutes into the second half, the Brazilians will be panicking.
Yes.
And once they start panicking, everybody start bombing forward. We'll have chances at the back for us to be able to attack. So, but it's quite unfortunate that we're making this same mistake again. We're making the same mistake again. So that's my disappointment.
What are we looking at to be the corrections, and what are the things we could pick? Before we flog him on the negatives, what are the positives which the Super Eagles showed in this game?
I'm very pleased to see that because this name, if you want to look at this analysis, you want to see each individual Brazil player. Who is he? Where are they playing from? What kind of aura is with him? How many games has he played? And you just oppose that with the team, the opposition team, and look at the caliber of Nigerians. So that first team was toe to toe. The midfield in the first time was almost 50-50. They blocked all opens. They forced Brazil back into tip-tapa where they cannot do anything. And they closed the loophole. What happened in the second half that they just got blown up like that? This team to me is a positive team. Occasionally when you see the movement, you will be pleased. But again, because they surrendered the midfield, the more Brazil have the ball, if Brazilians have surrendered their midfield to Nigeria, they could have been punished. They could have been punished as well. But the beautiful thing is that it's a growing team. There are no big names here, apart from Ndidi that plays very well. The rest are young boys playing in different leagues. We need a coach to harmonize this talent. What I've seen today is a talent.
We have a coach. We have a coach. Are you threatening that that the coach we have is not really the one to take us to the promised land?
Believe me, this coach will not take Nigeria to the promised land. That's my take.
100%. 100%. He would not take us to. He's been here now. We have not seen any kind of major improvement in.
But he won laurels.
Name one for me.
The African Cup of Nations.
Yes.
Chris,
we were playing.
You are as good as your last game.
You're playing in a team. You're playing in an era whereby most of the teams are depleted. So we took advantage of that. So since then, what has happened to our national team? What we are supposed to be moving forward, not stagnate. We are stagnating. We are thinking of after all, we've won the Nations Cup before. Of course, yes, we've won the Nations Cup before. Even the person that won the Nations Cup, we got sacked. Yeah. Died of heart attack, and he died. So we want somebody who will give a general makeover. I keep going back to Westerhoff. Why? Because I played under him. I saw him work. I saw how Nigeria got this massive leap in the world. You see the production of players from the home base. You see the home base team are producing a lot of players. The national team is studded with players from abroad and from home base. There's this massive competition. So you want that type of this thing. So, but he is not going to do that.
You guys are I can feel the anger in you guys, but I think what I saw a bunch of...
Because we are the young boys now, they don't know how the history we have. We've seen the best of the Eagles who... Chris, what are you talking? You said if you have the opportunity to see...
Brazil. This is Brazil that defeated us 3-0. They couldn't beat us again. That's a credit.
No, we got the goalkeeper here today who got injured, who had done the best of the job. Who told us today that he could hold his head high anywhere. We are luckily escaped massacre here today because the second half was a wave of attack.
No, I think you see, it's not that because if we're looking at it the other way around, you find that it's not that we don't have the talent. We have the talent. We can improve more. And how do we improve more? We have a lot of players scattered everywhere, but we need a coach that will recognize the ones that will give us what he wants. But what we are seeing now is a coach that is saying, oh yes, every time we come back we say he's win laurels. No, we are looking for massive improvement in the national team. And that massive improvement is not going to come by repeating the same mistake that we're making all over and all over.
The Brazilian coach has drawn this game today. He's more angry. He saw the first half happen. And he didn't allow it to go. He brought in changes immediately. And the changes were very visible. How could we have surrendered our midfield? The midfield that kept Brazilian toe-to-toe in the first half.
But then again, I can also assure you that despite the goal, despite the 1-1 draw, the Brazilian fans are not also happy.
How can they be happy?
The Brazilians were not, because they wanted to win. Especially, not against Senegal, especially against Nigeria. You know, so they wanted that win. So that is where their anger will be. But fine, yes, we had a good first half. the result, I would say, was even, although that the Brazilians came up on the second half. Why? Because they needed that equalizer, they needed to win. So they pushed, they gave everything. And the changes that they made affected the game. We couldn't cope with the changes. So what the coaches are supposed to be doing is that, yes, tactically, the Brazilians have made a change. What do? We make our own change to suit that thing. You look at the change they've made for after 5 minutes.
Yes.
And then you see where it's affecting us. Then you respond back. That's what I expected. But still, after that change the Brazilians made, we collapsed, totally collapsed. We lost the midfield. We were now defending for our lives. So it shouldn't be like that. This is a team that played 2 games. They played 2 games in 5 days.
Yes.
And this is our first game. So we should. That's not an excuse. We should overrun them, guys, not them overrunning us.
Guys, do we have a team?
Yes, we have a team here. We have a talent.
But we need to.
We've seen what we watch the game. We've seen that these boys, if they are properly brought together, they are properly harnessed. Indeed, he has no role today. Even if you are taking the entire show burden, he has no role. He has no freedom today. He needed support. He needed to be free to be creative. Today was not creative. He was just doing damage control in the second half. Moving here, moving here. No, he needed lieutenant. He should be free. It should be Mikel there to orchestrate the movement.
Because he retired.
He should be the one to orchestrate the movement of all. But he's been overburdened because it's just a wave of an attack. No. How can you surrender your midfield? The midfield that took Brazil on the first half.
You see, look at if you see Aribo now. In the first half, he was effective, and that's how he got that goal. You know, because he was playing almost directly behind their.
I'm not stopping you from making your statement, but what I'm saying is because we need to congratulate Aribo. It's 2 games and of course 2 goals. That's really something to really applaud. A Rangers young man.
That's like you're saying. We have a team. We have the players. All we need is somebody that will sew them together. You know, you have a coach. You should have a coach who is supposed to recognize the ability of each individual player. And how do you do that? Is by watching them day in, day out in the league, their daily performances in their club size. Because you have to have a record of all of them in order for you to be able to know how they play. So that when they come to the national team, when there's a problem or he's sitting on the bench, you know exactly who to bring in to affect this team. This Richarlison in Everton that you see, he moves from the right, he moves from the left, he comes in the middle. So the coach knows that I need a player who will not be static, who has to cause problem within the defense, so that Nigerians will be looking for who is going to pick him. So by the time he's coming to Ekong is pushing this. That confusion is what the coach wanted to create, and that was what he created in 3 minutes, and they got that equalizer. So we have to stop. The coach has to stop that bleeding as at that time. But he didn't. And that was what cost us this match.
Chris, the midfield collapse. That was just, you hardly find the Eagles holding the ball for 2 minutes. They resorted to long ball. How long would they do that? The Brazilians, they just keep coming. They will be beating themselves. You know how many goals, open nets they had. Somehow they just couldn't find a way in. So it's more of a loss to Brazil today than a gain to us. We've profited from this. And the thing is that, how could you have a game of 2 halves? The first game, the same thing. The second game, the same thing. What changes has the Brazilian coach made that just brought a dramatic turn?
Good.
What are you doing?
I think we're going to quickly take a break now, and of course when we come back we'll continue with the talks of the Super Eagles and of course their counterpart, the Zamba Boys. 1-1 it ended after 90 minutes of proceedings. We take a break, we'll return, and of course we'll continue. Stay with us.
Meritable, Nigeria Limited, Emerald, Garden City. Meritable, Nigeria Limited, Emerald, Garden City.
Moses Dad, my wife told me that you have bought a land and complete a good-looking duplex on it. Yes, from buying the plot to the completion only takes less than 3 months. What about Omonile? Omonile like how? I didn't deal with them. I bought the land from Merit Abode Nigeria Limited. Merit Abode? Yes, Merit Abode. Rachel Onega and Prince Jide Kosoko are the ambassador for Merit Abode, and these two individuals boost my confidence and trust that make me to buy from them. And that is not all. They even help me in building our new home. I only visit the site on completion to collect our keys and exchange paperwork, which amounts to more than double savings. Usually, for people like us living abroad, you have to take time off work so many times to travel back home to do the work, or the Yahoo contractors will show you big time. Yes, I was wondering, as I always see you every week. Let me tell you, I was in Nigeria for only 4 days and everything is Campe EQS. I didn't lose money by not going to work. Merit Abode is the best. What about the cost of calling them every day? They use UK number, so you will not be running up the phone bill to call them. I beg, give me their details. Telephone 020-3865-8087 or 081-734-47111. Email info@meritabode.com. Their website is www.meritabode.com. Merit Abode Nigeria Limited is the developer for Emerald Garden City Estate Series. You can even pay by installments. Our locations are Shimawa, Ibejuleki, Arepo, Agbara, Ikorodu, Mowe Ofada, and Asheshe. Merit Abode, build my confidence and trust.
Indeed, you welcome back. It's still the game, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and of course their counterpart, the Samba Boys of Brazil. After 90 minutes of proceedings, 1-1 it ended. Just the same thing we saw against their Senegalese counterpart. For the Super Eagles, it is 2 games and 2 draws. Not everybody's happy, especially those in the studios. They're not too happy with what happened out there in Singapore. For me, I think it's a very good play from the boys, especially bringing in the new boys to see exactly what they can add to the team. And but then again, I have my guest here, the Idris Additional, of course, international, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, Tony Mwigwe. Guys, okay, as we begin to wrap up on things, I have asked this question before, but you guys angrily went to what was wrong. Can we get the positives? Let's get the positives of this game. What did he do right? Let's get what he did right first.
Individually, these boys are good. You could see the flashes of brilliance, particularly the link up between the two of them. They think sometimes they want to move up their passes. You expect these boys to be afraid of Brazil. There is no fear here. No, what they lack is the technical input. No, I think positioning. What are you going to do? They lack that.
The positive that we take out of this game again, anyway, is just one thing, which is that we played a high-profile team. We're able to show that we can be able to play with them during the first half. My only downside on this thing is just that the second half of how we manage the second half of the game. Our first half has been good now since we played 2 high-profile games. So the coach will be looking at it. Okay, there's positive there, and which is true. The positive is the first half, but the negative is the second half. So he now has to deal with the negative, which is the second half. So how does he do that? He needs to go back, look at the 2 games, look at the mistakes. Why are we making the same repeatable mistakes in the second half, and see how to improve it? And how to improve it is that knowing fully well that if you're leading, you're under pressure from the opposing side to equalize. So when they come into the second half, they will put pressure on you. You need to hold your ground also. You need to hold your ground also within the first 15 minutes. And that first 15 minutes is crucial in every game. It's just like you're playing away, you're in somebody's house. First 20 minutes is important that you hold your ground. If you lose that ground in the next 20 minutes, before you know it, 3 goals, you're fighting to recover 3 goals. So that is why first 20 minutes in football is very, very important. First 20 minutes of the opening half is important. First 10 minutes is important, and last 15 minutes is important. So, and that is where he needs to work out how to manage the players, what to tell the players, and how to shape the team when they are coming in for second half.
This, you can imagine if you have a midfield and how what freedom this defense will have, and the ability to create. For them to be under this pressure, and they are still lucky to withstand it, tells you that if there's an organization, creativity will come from them. If they have the freedom to breathe, they organize themselves better. If we can attack, a wave attack today, and yet they held it. Credit to the goalkeeper, credit to the defensive lineup. So if you have if you you are coming in the second half, if all you need to do is to have one or two people up front who can run with the ball, who can dribble, by the time they hold the ball, then you can have reasonable attack for them, then you come back. But that did not happen today. There are positives to take care of there. The boys in United, they are good. We see the defense now are good. We can build on this defense to take on anything. We have seen that if they have organization, they can also go forward. They can also score goals. Those are the positives there. It's flattering to say we play Brazil and we score. It's 1-1. If you didn't watch the game.
Now you guys are talking. Now you're talking. That's what I want to hear. Now you're talking.
It's flattering to say we play Brazil. Yes, that will increase our ranking. At least we
are.
The
The fact that we didn't.
Hopefully, because FIFA ranking is shoot and miss.
No, for the fact that we didn't lose, it's comforting. That's the comfort side of the things. But when you're looking at the game deeply more, that's why we're trying to find because these are some of the matches that you can easily win. These are some of the matches that like Brazil now, if they're struggling for pace because of the game they played 2 days ago, and you have a fresh leg, you can, because the next opportunity it will not come again. So why don't you use that opportunity? Why don't you use that opportunity to achieve that thing? Because if Brazil had lost to us today, you will find that psychologically when we're playing them again, they will be frightened. They will be cautious. They will not come to you with that full force. But now they believe that it was a fluke, maybe because of we played the game the other day. The next time we're going to overrun them. You understand? So teams need to find out a psychological way of dealing with situations, and that is why I am saying the coach himself, he has the final say about the team, how they play, how they set up, and what players should do inside the pitch. He has to go back now and study these two games and find out exactly what was wrong and why we capitulated in the second half.
We did the same thing against Algeria. We said Algeria and we lost the game. That game, the same mistake.
The second half.
The second half. We lost because we lost shape. That's how we considered too many free kicks, and Mahrez was able to destroy the game.
It's a repeatable.
But let's not forget something, that we'll have new boys coming into play for Nigeria, and we'll have the face we have already known play for Brazil.
Chris. We said before that this game was not supposed to be a trial and error game. You're supposed to have your best level. You saw the lineup.
But you can't do anything about it if players are injured.
You saw the lineup. These boys are already playing for Super Eagles. These boys are good enough. What was lacking today was technical input, not the ability of the player. They are not afraid. They were not afraid of Brazil. No, you saw the big names there. They weren't afraid. They went toe to toe with them. So what are you talking? Every time Nigeria play Argentina now, we say Argentina is our baby now. Even if we lose against them, we still want to play them. That's the mentality I want us to take away from here today.
It's Nigeria-Brazil game is always a hot topic because the matches don't come that often. So when it comes, we want to make the best out of it, and so that is why the anger is not because of we played so badly. No, the anger is that this is one of our opportunities where we would have said yes, we defeated them for today, and then we threw that away. So that is what the angers of fans all over the world, all over Nigeria now will be thinking. This is an opportunity missed. Although it's a friendly, but not to Brazil.
Brazil did not come here as a friendly. You saw the lineup. Mentally, they are so angry because you saw so many open goal opportunities that they lost. Neymar is the worst hit today. He failed to cap his 100 goal with Senegal. Sorry to me. And again, in few seconds, in few minutes into Nigeria,
we can't mention about that.
He got injured, and the play. I am so happy for these players today because we've seen that what they can do. They are passionate. They didn't do anything wrong. They did the best of their ability. They just need help. That's all. They need help.
I think sometimes.
Guys, we'll quickly go on this quick break, and because we're going to wrap up in a bit, quickly go this break. When we come back, it will be time to wrap up things, and of course, look at perhaps the best way for the Super Eagles of Nigeria to approach other teams. We've been through that. There are so many of you who want to talk to us on here and who wants to actually say one or two words to us. Our phone lines will be buzzing immediately we open the line, so just perhaps it could be better for you to just listen instead of talking to us. But we'll quickly take this break. We'll come back, we'll continue in Nigeria and Brazil. Stay with us.
My daughter-in-law. So how are you planning for my son's birthday? I have to cook up for her. Do you people have ogirisi there? No. It's okay. Okay, let me call you back. Mama Chijioke. Hi, Sobwete Market. Please pack some ogirisi. I am going to visit my son. My daughter-in-law. It's arranged, but you must use original red oil to prepare the soup. What? I'll call you back. Mama Chijo, please include Isio Morocco, my daughter-in-law. Everything is now set. But don't forget that gold wristwatch I saw the last time I visited you.
Now you can talk until you tire for just 11 kobo of a second. Call all networks in Nigeria and 30 international destinations, including US, UK, China, Canada, and India for just 11 kobo per second. Dial *211# to activate.
That's Silk Bobo.
The largest data network, Glow, grandmasters of data.
Ó ti yá gbogbo aláyẹyẹ pẹ̀lú ní pàtì àti ilé ìjọsìn ẹ fẹ́ ṣe polówó Heritage TV Heritage TV wọ́n bẹ nílùú London o Heritage TV wọ́n fọwọ́ wọn sọ̀yà o Heritage.
Ẹ̀yin aráàlú London ǹjẹ́ ẹ ti gbọ́ pé iléeṣẹ́ Heritage TV tún ti gbé àrà tuntun yọ o gbogbo àríyá yín pátápátá la ó máa bá yín polongo rẹ̀ jákèjádò gbogbo ayé ká máa ṣayẹyẹ ní London ká sì máa wò l'Amẹ́ríkà ní Nàìjíríà àti káàkiri àgbáyé lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ àti lójú kan náà bó jẹ́ lórí fídíò tàbí lórí photograph tó mọ́lẹ̀ yékéyéké Heritage TV ní bàbá o gbogbo àwọn ayẹyẹ yín bí ọjọ́ ìbí ìsìnkú àgbà ìgbéyàwó àjọ̀dún ilé ìjọsìn yín Heritage Television ní kẹ́ ẹ máa bọ̀ tààràtà ìlú London la wà United Kingdom la tẹ̀dó sí ẹ kàn sí wa lórí ẹ̀rọ ìbánisọ̀rọ̀ yìí 020-800-46100 tàbí lórí ẹ̀rọ alátagbà wa ayẹyẹ @heritagetv.co.uk àti lórí ẹ̀rọ alágbèéká 0734-123-4560 Heritage TV abalẹ́tù ọmọdé làwó.
Meritabod Nigeria Limited Emerald Garden City Meritabod Nigeria Limited Emerald Garden City.
Moses, Dad, my wife told me that you have bought a land and complete a good-looking duplex on it. Yes, from buying the plot to the completion only takes less than 3 months. What about Omonile? Omonile like how? I didn't deal with them. I bought the land from Meritabod Nigeria Limited. Meritabod? Yes, Meritabod. Rachel Onega and Prince Jide Kosoko are the ambassador for Meritabod, and these two individuals boost my confidence and trust that make me to buy from them. And that is not all. They even help me in building our new home. I only visit this site on completion to collect our keys and exchange paperwork, which amounts to more than double savings. Usually, for people like us living abroad, you have to take time off work so many times to travel back home to do the work, or the Yahoo contractors will show you big time. Yes, I was wondering, as I always see you every week. Let me tell you, I was in Nigeria for only 4 days and everything is camping EQS. I didn't lose money by not going to work. Meritabod is the best. What about the cost of calling them every day? They use UK number, so you will not be running up the phone bill to call them. I beg, give me their details. Telephone 020-3865-8087 or 081-734-47111. Email info@meritabod.com. Their website is www.meritabod.com. Meritabod Nigeria Limited is the developer for Emerald Garden City Estate Series. You can even pay by installments. Our locations are Shimawa, Ibejuleki, Arepo, Agbara, Ikorodu, Mowe Ofada, and Asheshe. Meritabod, build my confidence and trust.
Joined us. It is the game, the Super Eagles of Nigeria, friendly against their counterparts, the Samba Boys of Brazil. After 90 minutes of proceedings, 1-1 it ended full time. So much has been said about the Super Eagles of Nigeria. Guest in the studio believes that perhaps it's time to throw a red card to a coach who there have been so much rumors of him going and coming, or perhaps leaving. You know, of course, you're with the NFF. It's sort of a problem, especially when it comes to money. Anyway, you're welcome. We are running off the show. In case you're not joining us, I think you've missed a lot of things which we have bringing to you. It is the Super Eagles game against the Brazil. Doing so many things in terms of showing the full games to you. That is our anticipation. But unfortunately, we can't do that yet because we're holding on to the rights in terms of asking the Nigerian Football Federation, those who do allow us to have this structure, that you will be able to have all these things live. We also want to thank the DMU for giving us those beautiful production for Ndidi, which they have put together and told us about the career of where it is going. Ex-international Super Eagles of Nigeria, Tony Wigan, of course, Idris Adesina have all joined me on the show to look at game proper. Guys, we're rounding off on the show, but then again, Nigeria will be playing soon. Are there boys that we have seen that we want to put aside?
No, the crop of players now coming in now, they're doing their best anyway, and we still need more, one or two more still coming inside the team, because the team is not finally done yet. The coach is still having a look at other players too. You know, Aribo is one typical example. He took it like he's taking his chances also. So it's the same way. If they get one or two again, if they can be able to take their chance. So, and players coming into the team will never stop, because the more, what is happening is that the national team is based on performance oriented. Any player, anywhere, he is noticed that he's playing well, will be called to the national team. So that's why you can never have a block. So the team that we have now, the coach can try and manage that until somebody springs up somewhere else again and give him that opportunity. So that's what I would say to him for now.
We're running up though. We're drawing the curtains. But before we finally say goodbye to you, just only a few days ago we had Doha 2019, where all the athletes went out to showcase their talents. Unfortunately for Nigeria, many were called, but few were chosen. Only one medal they could get, and that could come from a lady who has given so much. Ese Brumen was one who brought in that medal that most Nigerians have actually prayed for. Ese has just joined us all the way from her base. Ese, let's quickly say congratulations to you for your brilliant display out there in Doha. Good. Essay. There are so many people that could be listening and watching you right now. The joy still continues, and of course, the thank you messages still can never be enough, if I have to say. You take us through, how did this work about? Because I know at a point, you were actually leading, we have to say, but before we knew it, we were scared if nothing is coming, but you kept strong, and the bronze was as sweet as a gold.
I would say that it was worth all the way. Because at the point but I didn't allow that to overrule me. Try to take control of the situation, and I don't know, it just happened.
Good. I know too well also that perhaps preparation. Have you started preparation for Korea or for the Olympics, or is it after Christmas, after the chickens and the rice, before preparation commences for the Olympics?
Preparation has been on since after Rio, and right now I'm resting, and after a month I'll start training again. More for Tokyo. So I'll say that I've been preparing since 2016, the last Olympics.
I'm not too sure. Is it that your program was choked up? Because immediately after the games, I was expecting to see you in Nigeria, but I saw, you just went straight. I should presume that the Nigerian government, we are willing to say, come home and take a hug, no?
And the thing, my school resumed before I went to Doha. So I had to return back immediately to school because I have already missed 2 weeks of school.
Okay, Ese, what are you preparing for? What are we looking ahead in terms of the Olympics? What is there? What is not? Tell us that. Where bothers me is when you guys are not talking. Tell us where it hurts most. Where no sponsorship. I just need to hear them so that we know where the problem is at. We will wish you well, but then again, we need to get to speak out in terms of the problems ahead of the Olympics. How are you preparing?
For myself, I'm preparing well and trying to trust the process. But also, the only problem is that we actually need support from the nation, not just the nation, also from our federation, because that's a major problem for all of our athletes. Even though some of us already have endorsements, sponsors, but still it would be nice for the country, and not just the country, our federation also to support us, because each time we go for competitions, we are always shortchanged. And this is not good, because this is our morale and confidence. And I think it would be a nice thing for them to be able to support us.
SM, well spoken.
But then,
go on, please, go on.
All this while, my coach has been encouraging me, Mr. Kayode Yaya. He has been my huge support to me, and also Adidas, which is my major sponsor right now. They've been the ones supporting me and pushing me through.
SM, we'll be following your story. This is just a pinch of what we want to do with you. We will follow your story until you get to the Olympics. So that's what we're telling the people. But then again, on behalf of Nigerians in diaspora, and I believe those in Nigeria, I want to say a very big congratulations on what you have done out there in Doha. And thank you very much.
Thank you, too.
It's been nice speaking to you. Thank you very much. I have a good day. Thank you.
Thank you.
Gentlemen, we need to wrap up. I know if I say Idris should continue here, he will want to tear some people apart. So we need to wrap up, and we're not going to say any more.
No, what I just wanted to say is that we need slicky players, we need forceful players. Those are the ones we had in your time. When a coach is not doing well, you need to bring in somebody else who is bullish enough.
Your last one before we say goodbye.
No, I think we should learn from our mistakes, but all in all, I think it was a good game for Nigeria.
Wherever you have joined us from, a very big thank you for joining us, and we really appreciate your presence wherever you are. Very big thank you to Las, and of course ex-international Tony, and not forgetting Idris. And that's who have joined us, and all of you who have been at home wherever you are, like have joined us to us. We really appreciate you joining us. And we will, as much as possible, continue to try, to see if we can bring you all those matches live, apart from the commentaries. That is the belief, that is the try. For those in diaspora, they must have that chance of seeing their Super Eagles whenever they want to. I remain yours sincerely. I haven't changed my name, I won't. On the day I do, you will be the first to know. Chris Ubokwa is my name. Very big thank you to Mr. Thomas, who have been broadcasting live from Heritage Television. So long, everybody. Bye-bye now. That's how TV works. That's how TV works.
I'm so angry because we could have beaten these boys today. We could have beaten them today.
You guys will always be angry. Every day people are angry. Every day people are angry.
You hear that guy say they are talking.
My daughter-in-law, so how are you planning for my son's birthday? I have to cook up for her. Do you people have ogirisi there? No? It's okay. Okay, let me call you back. Mama Chiji, okay. Hi, so wait a market. Please pack some ogirisi. I am going to visit my son. My daughter-in-law, it's arranged, but you must use original red oil to prepare the soup. What? I'll call you back. Mama Chijo, please include Isio Morocco. My daughter-in-law, everything is now set. But don't forget that gold wristwatch I saw the last time I visited you.
Now you can talk until you tire for just 11 kobo a second. Call all networks in Nigeria and 30 international destinations, including US, UK, China, Canada, and India for just 11 kobo per second. Dial *211# to activate.
That's it, boo-boo.
The largest data network, Glow, Grandmasters of Data.